Tonight, we have this week's flight sim news. We take a preview of an upcoming Vans RV4 by Deejing. Check out the TDS GTN XI 750 Pro. We have a Livingstone International Airport by 61 Tree Studio and an A330 in X-Plane. Hello. Everybody, you're very welcome to Wednesday. The middle of the week. My hair's sticking up. It's very... Jesus. I need a scissors for that just single... I don't know where they're off to. They have an idea. You know, let's head up the road somewhere. Hope you're all keeping very well. 'Tis the middle of the week, the midweek shuffle. It's time for the news. And there's a lot of news this week. Jesus, there's lots going on. And, well, you're very all... welcome aboard. We're watching here on Twitch and on YouTube, and welcome in. So tonight, yes, we will be catching up with all of this week's flight sim news, and we also check out some stuff. Here behind me, we'll have a look at this. It's an upcoming project by Deejing. It features that of the Vans RV4, and it's going to be a freeware product, and he's just putting the final bits of polish onto the aircraft before it's released. And the setting in which the aircraft is situated is from 61 Tree Studio. This is Livingstone International Airport. Now you might be saying, Livingston? Isn't that where Jeppesen did that? Yes, it is. More on that now in a moment. It's a scenery and a half, this one. Then we're going to be checking out the update, or the new version, if you like, of the TDS GTN XI 750. This new feature brings with it the ability to update its own database, and it includes integration with Navigraph. This is a huge upgrade or update, but it comes at a price, but we will be checking that one out. Then finally, towards the end, we shall ramble over to X-Plane, in which we're going to check out their default A330 to see how that's stacking up, considering it's a default aircraft. So it's very busy, do you know? And I didn't rate that. That was it's just me. I'm starting to remember things, but then I forget things again. But yeah, do you know?
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Oh, look at that. That's an airlock, Doc. Man yourself, airlock. The place hasn't been the same without you, do you know? But I'd like to welcome you all in. What's the weather doing? It was beautiful this morning. Drove into work, rain and clouds, and then as we kind of got up the road a bit, beautiful sunshine, and it was actually gorgeous. Do you know, like when you have like the misty rain in the morning, right? And then you're driving up the road, and then the sun is just about to come up. Beautiful colours. It was a Bob Ross scene. And then I stayed indoors for the day, but sure, look, it's fine. You know, it's cold though. You know, it's not very warm. It never is in Ireland. But anyway, who's here? Look, Kaharia, a very good evening to you. Super Typhon has rambled in. Tarnish Mossman is in the house. Night Zep, good day to you. Hope all is well. Bell Bro is here. News Edge Day. Ready as can be in the front row. Good evening. Welcome in, man. Now, let me see. Adam Controls is here. He says, Asher, Jesus, it's only Wednesday. It is, but tomorrow's Thursday and then it's Friday, man. At the weekend, we can hear it. It beckons us. We can hear it. Sean Dale is here. He says, hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a grand week. And Beyond ATC has got you feeling better now. We're going to be chatting about that. Huge news coming from Beyond ATC. Onboard Simulations, good to see you. Abnormal C, you're welcome in. Englewood Online, happy Wednesday to you. David Bay is here. He says, evening all. Hope you're all having a great week. And you. Filthy rambles in. He says, yes. Time for another edition of Watch Filthy's Money Disappear. I nearly said dispenser. I'm really bad at, like, you'll find out eventually, but I'm not very good at reading things and talking because, well, it's me, right? I'll read everything, including the things you're not supposed to. So you'll have to, you'll have to bear with me with the chat. I'd have to kind of scan it first. What are they saying? Ah, yes. And then I have to like kind of phrase it so it makes sense. Like, for example, Spitfire RAF 100 rambles in and he says, evening, everybody. Right? Or evening, everyone. But I could say, evening, everyone. Or, right? You don't worry about it. I will. I'll do all the worrying. Panic mode. I'm just glad I haven't fallen off my chair yet. Hayden, good to see you. He says, I demand a refund. We've only started. Welcome in. Yes, too many hours in flight sim compared to what I should be doing. Yes, Englewood, absolutely. Airlock Doc says, good evening, everyone. May your downloads be super speed. Ah, brilliant. What a blessing to give a flight simmer. I hope you're well, Airlock. You're looking well. Is that a new cologne? Ah, come on. Welcome in. AZ Blue Line is here. He says, happy hump day. And to you. Rambog Mord is in the chat. Welcome in, man. Muse fan bursts in the door.
Look at this big Egypt.
Shut up with you. He bursts in the door and he says, Asher, Jesus, how he is, 'tis yourselves. Happy hump day, yous bunch of mad Egypts. That's how they speak up that neck of the woods. Do you know? Vacuum is here. It's good to see you. Robbie is here from 61 Tree Studio. Hello, Robbie. Good to see you. Love your work, man. Love it. Kaharia, the lovely Kaharia, has gifted a tier 1 sub to Robbie from 61 Tree Studio. Thank you very, very much indeed, Kaharia. Insane generosity. Hemmingbird rambles in. Get ready for this one now. At the restaurant today, a man said, can I ask about the menu, please? I told him the men I please were none of his business. Happy hump day. Brilliant. See, I only got it when I read
studies,
it. All the time. 100%
60% of the time,
you know,
it works every time.
to be fair, that was pretty good. Happy News Day, says Simon20. You're very welcome in, my guy. Hope all is well. Eamon 1973, he says, one day you'll make the news, Murph. One of these days. RTE are in a terrible mess at the moment. I reckon now, right, I'll just take that. What time is it? We'll change it from the 9 o'clock news to the 7 minutes past 8 o'clock news. Think about it. Hello and welcome to the 7 minutes past 8 o'clock news. Tonight's top stories: a man with a van didn't pay for a toll and Gibbo had dinner. Right, brilliant. Then we can follow up with the weather. It's raining. And then settle in for the night's entertainment. Do you know, of your favourite sitcom? What is your favourite sitcom? Do people still watch sitcoms? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of... well, Glen Rowe isn't there anymore. It's a crying shame. But like, what about, you know, Coronation Street and EastEnders and all that sort of stuff? Brookside, are they still going? Home and Away, should we know that's still going? Or is it? Or Neighbours? Do you remember them? They were the... Things were so simple back then. Show up at a certain time and then you get to see the thing. Now, it's watch what you want, when you want it, on demand, yesterday and tomorrow. It's very confusing. But anyway, Goblin Zeus, good evening. Sterling says, good day, y'all. It's a great day for the news. Indeed it is. Mick Ham is here. How are you, Mick? Toto2495. Welcome aboard, man. Now, where are we? Kanzui. Happy Wednesday, man. Gibbo Ireland rambles in. He says, hey, folks. Hope everyone's well. With a pint of Guinness. How are you, Gibbo? Now, let me see. Soaring AJ. AJH, man. Hope all is well. Dougal McTavish the German says, evening, peeps. Good evening. Hope all is well. Sean Dale. Yes, welcome in. Jesus. Airlock has subscribed for 23 months, Bigara. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Insane generosity. Now, let me see. We're over here. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Hope all is well. Jan Drace is here. He says, evening all. 'Tis ump day. Again. It's like Groundhog Day. It's great to see you, Jan Drace. Hope you're well. Devil Dude, welcome in. Scorpio 49 says, good evening, Murph, and all in Chattage. Welcome in. Tell me now, Scorpio, what was the festivities this evening? What was for dinner? Was it nice? Now, where are we at? We're over here. Wombat. Sure, how are you? Wombat 49 rumbles in saying, greetings. Let's spend more money. Right? But it's brilliant. Hummingbird, I'm Two-Tone Murphy. Brilliant. Stick Figure, good to see you. Just read the script. I can't do it. You know, Adam Control says, I was wondering how long it would take before a falling off chair joke. It only took him about 3 minutes. That's been stricken from the internet. If I can't remember it, it didn't actually happen. Do you know what I mean? Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. HH John, hope all is well. Now, where are we at? I'm over here. Reading scripts is not Murphy's strong suit. Hashtag take 4. Right? I'm really not good at this. And like, you see the videos I create on YouTube that tend to raise eyebrows every now and again. Anyway, I have multiple takes on them. I should actually record. Well, it wouldn't. It's painful to watch. It's like a scene out of The Office, right? I record multiple times because I make a balls of it, and I'd be going grand, right? I'll have loads of like spiel spoken, and then just towards the end, I'll say something wrong, and I'll realise I've messed up, and I won't just like edit that bit out. No, delete and start again. I'm a glutton for punishment, but that's, listen. I do the stupid things so you don't have to. Whack-A-Mo is here. It's good to see you, man. Can't remember if we played the song, but we'll play it again. Airlock says, it's not cologne, Murph, it's toilet water. Or as you like to call it, Lupew. Brilliant. Et de toilet. It's cologne. The Ripper is in the house. Good to see you. Hello from EDDN. Hello from EI... Well, close enough to ME. Welcome in. Now, where are we at? Watching TV. Who has time for that? Indeed. Yes, there's no time for that at all. Ice Pilots. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. One of the best shows out there, but it's not really a sitcom, you know. Muse Fan says, Murph demonstrating that he doesn't know the difference between soaps and sitcoms. I didn't know there was a difference. What's the difference? A soap or a sitcom? They're not the same. Nightsap says, I got a box set of Rising Damp today. Shows my age. Rising Damp, never heard of it. Sounds... Is it suitable, Nightsap? Do you know what I mean? Right. Now, 8 Barley says, Yo Murph and chat. Welcome in. Good to see you. Now, we're over here. Look, Flying for Fun. Good evening. Energizer. Asher Jesus, he says. Good evening. It's good to see you. Neo is in the house, subscribing a tier 1 for 18 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Cheers. Adam says, I was going to ask, is the chair clip going to be added to the end of stream playlist, or have you made sure that doesn't make the cut? Oh, it'll be there some stage. There are all automatic, so you need to watch it. It picks out the popular ones usually. So yeah, actually no, I mean it doesn't. No, you're not allowed to watch it at all, and then it'll appear there. Yeah. Eagle Airways is in the chat. Good to see you, my dude. He says, very sunny Dublin today. It was sunny on the way up to it, yeah. It was nice. Hope you're well, man. Now, and then the airtime, you play the file with the boo-boo. Wait, what? Abnormal C. Can we have a countdown to your next accident, Murph? We could probably do with a sign nearly at this stage. You know, days since last accident. Days since last Egyptness. You know, days since last act of Egyptness. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Now, it was big in the 1970s, says Nightsep. Ah, right. Big in the 1970s. Hummingbird, on a point of clarification, she says, a soap is something that's on daily. It's like using soap. Ah, right, okay. Sitcom is, well, not that. Well, thanks for clearing that up for us. A soap is on daily, and a sitcom isn't. Right, we're learning together now. Right. Now, let me see. 6 Knots is in the house. Kieran, you're very welcome aboard. Bet the Hitman chart. Love that name. Welcome in. No, there's no clip. What are you talking about? There's no clips at all, lads. Absolute, like, fake news. You know, there's no clips at all. All as well. Right, so we do have a busy night tonight. As I said, we have a lot of news to cover and some stuff to show off, right? Pelbro says, days, should we not count Egyptness things in minutes? What are you trying to say? That I do stupid things every minute? If you are saying that, yeah, it's quite accurate. But no. Jeez, what? No. Months, years, in fact, right? Years. Muse got one, so I have it, but it didn't make it. Ah, right. Yeah, no, you don't have nothing. You have nothing. Hang on, we'll do a fancy transition with me moving backwards over to here as I turn my microphone around. Sure, how are you now? You're very welcome in. Now, to our friends watching us over on YouTube, Monty is in the house. Good to see you, Monty. Robinson Racing, Laura, welcome aboard. It's lashing rain, she says, on the east coast of the United States. Be the Jesus. Rain, go away. Now, where are we at? We're over here. The Swiss DJ, welcome aboard. Hope you're very, very well indeed. And to everyone watching us on YouTube, welcome in, lads. Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. And Jessica, do with a bit of oil in that, couldn't I? Do you know? Ozymandias, good to see you. Hemmingbird says, Murph's stupid antics. Well, she doesn't say it like that. Murph's stupid antics. I'm not saying he does it a lot, but that would be a soap. I'm starting to learn that, right? We're getting there. Ross, thank you for the follow. You're very welcome aboard. And CJ Bess, welcome in. And let me say, I think I've caught up. Cold Feet, Warm Hands, sitcom. I always thought it stood for situation comedy. But you see, maybe I don't know. Do you know? Cyrus T, good to see you. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Right, so we're going to be checking out this aircraft here shortly after we get through the news. And I have to say, there's a lot of news, lads. There's lots, right? So it looks beautiful, doesn't it? So we're going to pause the sim, right? But Murph, you just we'll pause the sim, and then I'll bring up where I have me news. News spelled with a EWS at the end of it, right? And well, there's a lot of news tonight, so we'll get straight into it, lads, will we? We'll just fire ahead and see what happens. So Black Square, they're at it again, baby. Black Square's turbine and piston Dukes are set for an April release in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, Black Square, these are the guys who brought us all the steam gauge overhaul, the analog cockpit kind of enhancements, if you like, and of course the incredible TBM 850. And they're coming back here with more greatness, which is featuring two beautiful airplanes, the turbine and piston Duke, right? They're two separate variants. But anyway, Black Square is gearing up for the highly anticipated release of its Duke series for Microsoft Flight Sim, and they're scheduled to launch in the first half of April 2024. It's only a month away. This new product from Black Square promises to offer Microsoft Flight Simmers unparalleled realism and immersion, aiming to set new standards for GA aircraft simulations on the platform. That's kind of, huge. What do you mean the shine off me mallet is a bad, is it? Jesus, look, it is. How did I... It's grand. I'll wear a hat or something. Thanks, Scorpio. Anyway, this is pretty cool, right? Black Square have set high expectations with the turbine and piston Dukes, as we saw earlier this year in a sneak peek. They have these incredible systems, right? And they're also looking at engine monitoring because they've included, or they will be including, an EFB, right? You can see it over here, look. And this is like an engine visualizer, similar to what we have in A2A. And before, everything was accessed through the Bendix kind of weather radar when it came to these aircraft. They're now going to be using a tablet. So this is pretty nice. Okay? And look at that. Isn't it gorgeous looking? It's a stunning aircraft. The last time I think I flew a Duke was in X-Plane. Anyway, some of the systems that we have: engine preheating and cold weather operations, responding to community requests. The Dukes will include engine preheating simulation for both models. With this feature, temperature affects almost every aspect of the aircraft operation. Simmers can inspect instrument needle stiction to be affected by the cabin temperature, and even the sound and speed of electric motors and gyroscopes will vary with the weather. This is huge, right? You'll also be able to watch the oil warm up on the EFB and feel the difference in how easy the starter motor turns over the engine. Yeah, they do. They need to give it a bit of a wipe, don't they? There's fingerprints all over the EFB, but it could be just the angle. Now, when it comes to customization and liveries, the package will also bring an array of panel options to match different upholstery packages from the 70s, 80s, 90s and noughties, right? Allowing pilots to customize their cockpit to their liking. Beta testers have also contributed their own liveries, which will be available on flightsim.to on the day of release. Additionally, the aircraft exteriors will feature removable pedostatic and engine covers with animated remove before flight tags. When it comes to the navigation and autopilot, as we learned before, the Black Square Dukes will come with an impressive array. Jesus, Viper Strike, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Good to see you guys. As we learned before, the Black Square Dukes will come with an impressive array of avionics options, which will include the Bendix King KLN 90B GPS from Falcon 71, and also autopilot control for the KNS 81, the R Navigator, a feature enabled by a fortunate discovery during development. So there's new avionics, right? Then we have our advanced engine simulation and failure modes, and so on and so on. There's a lot of stuff coming for this aircraft, and I gotta say, right, it's just stunning, lads, isn't it? So, like, when it comes to, you know, our twin-engined aircraft in the sim, well, we've a lot of really, really good options there, and probably the Cow's DA42 is up there, right? However, this is going to be a serious competitor because, well, it's going to have, you know, a lot of the features and then some. So I'm looking forward to this. B. Carlo, good to see you. I hope you're well, man. So good news here from Black Square. I'm looking forward to this, and it's only a month to go. So moving on, Pilot Experience Sim. Well, they've shared news and previews of its upcoming King Air C90 for the sim, right? This looks pretty nice. So the C90, a little baby version of the King Air. But anyway, Pilot Experience Sim continue to work on their new airports and aircraft for Microsoft Flight Sim, aiming to follow up on the MAL M7 Montpellier Airport, and let's not forget about the FPV drone, with exciting new releases. Perhaps the most notable project currently underway by the team is the King Air C90, which was announced back in August and has since been a focal point for the developer. Pilot Experience Sim, or PESM, kicked off the year by sharing monthly developer updates, keeping us informed about the progress and current stage of the project. The developers revealed that the King Air C90 is now advancing rapidly, with significant strides made in various aspects of the development. As announced, when the product was unveiled, PESM has enlisted the expertise of real pilots to join their team, aiming to ensure that the work on the C90 achieves a level of realism and precision that meets the standards of both the developers and the communities. And we've got a nice couple of screenshots here, work in progress of what they're doing, but it looks to be fairly in-depth what they're going for in terms of the simulation. The focus earlier this year was primarily on the design and textures, especially the interior, and where many instruments, including the yoke, the main panel, and the G1000, along with the overhead panel, have been meticulously crafted. February's update showcased numerous advancements throughout several preview images that highlight key areas and features of the upcoming aircraft. Fuel gauges and full circuit breaker simulation. They have the leatherette reinforced yoke with an option to replace the central screen with an analog version. Words are hard tonight, right? Anyway, accurate G1000 cockpit completion maintenance requirements. The screens will get dirtier over time and require periodic cleaning. They're making a dirty board, but they are making it right. The thing will it'll get dirty. It'll pick up dirt. Anyway, look at some of the textures here. Look, it looks pretty, doesn't it? So the G1000 integration may not be the most interesting avionics layout for the King Air, but when asked if there would be an option to get an EFIS cockpit setup, PESM expressed interest in making additional variants with different avionics. So who knows? We might actually get a steam gauge into this. We'll see. For now, they're focused on the G1000 King Air C90, and it shows signs of good progress. There's currently no estimated timeline for release or pricing, but we'll keep you up to date on what's happening, right? So, yeah, huge news here. And again, just I should have started with this. A massive shout out to Vashko over at MSFS Add-ons for, you know, he does all the news stories. And of course, to Callum and the lads at FS Elite. Lots of stuff going on indeed, right? So yeah, you'll have to clean your virtual airplane. We don't clean our rooms, you know, clean your bedroom, no. Clean your car, no. Clean your house, no. Clean your virtual airplane. Oh boy, will I? Right, it's one of those things. We like simulation, you know. But anyway, moving on. This is great news. I'm looking forward to that. So, SimWorks Studios. Yes, SWS. Well, they provided some updates on their B-52 development for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, this is early on. It's early on, but it's in all intents and purposes, this is a massive undertaking by SWS. Like, massive, right? Anyway, it was more than a year ago, SWS revealed that they were working on a surprising new aircraft for the sim. The team, primarily known for their work on smaller general aviation aircraft, has also been deep into the development of the mighty B-52 Stratofortress. This week, they've come out of the development bunker to reveal further details about the project and its current status. The update reveals, although development has been progressing slowly, it has been consistent, with major strides made in the modelling of the iconic aircraft's diverse configurations. Simmers will be able to choose from these options when the package finally becomes available. At this stage, SWS has nearly completed the exterior models of the B-52, showcasing an impressive array of parts that reflect the aircraft's extensive operational history. Among these are two distinct tail fin sizes, three nose variations including the snub nose for the models AF, a long nose for the G and H, and a long nose equipped with EFS for the G and H as well. There's 4 different tail gun configurations. What? There's nuts going on here, right? This meticulous attention to detail extends to the wings, with options for the early B-52 models featuring ailerons and then the later ones without, including wing root strake options that denote aircrafts designed or designated as nuclear weapon carriers. We're also going to have engine variants and cockpit layouts. The update also highlights the inclusion of 3 engine types, from the early B-52B through the E models, the B-52FG, and of course the H, ensuring that each variant offers a unique flying experience reflective of its real-world counterpart. The development effort extends into the cockpit, where 2 main layouts are being recreated, the old layout and the new, which introduce a smaller space with significant changes in the positioning of the electronic warfare officer and the gunner. Currently, the focus is on building the B-52 C and D cockpit, with plans then to move to the E and F and finally the G and H. There's a whole load of letters coming at you. But anyway, release strategy and historical significance. Looking ahead, the development team outlined a tentative release strategy that includes 2 packages. The first package will feature early B-52 models with turbojet engines, aileron-equipped wings, and similar cockpit layouts. This package will also pay homage to the historical variants like NASA's Balls 8 and Diamond Lil, the latter being one of the 2 B-52s credited with an air-to-air kill in Vietnam. The second package focuses on the B-52 G and H. Distinguished by their lack of ailerons and revamped cockpit arrangements, this package will focus on the differences between the G and H models, their engines, and historical paint schemes, including the B-52H 610023, known for landing without a rudder. Additionally, the inclusion of pre- and post-EVS variants promise to cover the aircraft's evolution from 1959 through to the early 90s. As you can see, SWS is deeply committed to providing military aviation enthusiasts with a very comprehensive B-52 package. The aircraft marks a significant departure from their usual Microsoft Flight Sim offerings, such as the PC-12 and of course the Kodiak. So that's kind of huge, isn't it? Isn't it nuts? Like, this thing. So there's already a pretend I kind of look like, but I'm not quite, B-52 in the sim, right? However, with this level, I mean, you can see clearly from the different layouts. Okay, they've gone with different colors to kind of help you out there, but like, this is a huge project, a massive undertaking. So what do you think, lads? I mean, is this something you're going to fly? You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping they tackle the older C-130s. Yes. Oh, we need C-130s. Big style. It'll come down to the price, says Memphis Stun. Yeah. Well, like, the aircraft itself, I mean, they were a tactical bomber, right? So it'll be hard to know. It'd be fun to recreate some long missions. I think so. Old veteran 965 is here. Good to see you, Scott. Welcome in. Yeah, I think it's interesting, isn't it? Right, moving on. Aerodynamics reveals exciting progress in their KC-10 or the DC-10 for Microsoft Flight Sim. Look at that screenshot there. Isn't that nice? I have the Vulcan in this ballpark, but tempted for sure. Sure. Not sure the Buff is the plane I'd fly in the sim, says Red Baron Flies. Yeah, it's hard to know, isn't it? But check out this one, right? So in the latest development update from Aerodynamics, the team behind the highly anticipated freeware KC-10, DC-10, for Microsoft Flight Sim, significant advancements have been revealed in the now long-winded development of this iconic aircraft. The update, rich in detail and enthusiasm, highlights the team's dedication across three critical areas: the exterior detailing, cockpit customization, and the back-end operations. It begins to show a product that is seemingly getting closer to its release, nearly 3 years since the news broke of its release, right? So Aerodynamics have taken the aircraft's exterior detailing to new heights, focusing on recreating every rivet, panel and antenna with exceptional fidelity. This quarter's efforts have introduced realistic rivet patterns and wear patterns, significantly enhancing the aircraft's visual appeal and immersion. And I gotta say, this thing is starting to look really nice, isn't it? And it's going to be free as well. Hey, Black Ice Gabe is here. Good to see you. Welcome in. This is looking phenomenal, I gotta say, right? It's an air tanker as well. I used to build munitions for the B-52s back in 1999, B. Carlo. No way, man. So the team's dedication to accuracy extends to the replication of the panels, doors and interactive elements, such as ground electrical power panel and wing refueling panels, ensuring an authentic interaction. When it comes to the cockpit, the KC-10 has received substantial attention, with Aerodynamics working on accurately modelling different cockpit configurations for the various aircraft variants. Simmers will have the option to customise their cockpit environment, choosing from a variety of gauges and systems to match their personal, operational, or indeed historical preference. The level of customization, including the ability to modify the flight engineer station, promises to deliver a cockpit experience that is both unique and deeply immersive. The new preview images of the flight deck are easily the most impressive ones we've seen so far, and look about as good as the other high quality or high rated airliners already available. Look at that. That's seriously impressive, isn't it? And this is a freeware project as well, lads. American Airlines DC-10, yes, absolutely. Jump seat on the 10 is phenomenal. Did you get to go did you get a spin in one of these? Now, the back-end operations, well, behind the impressive visuals, the team have been hard at work on the back-end operations to ensure that the aircraft operates realistically. This includes or involves the meticulous development of back-end systems that govern the aircraft's various functionalities, aligning with technical specifications from authoritative sources. A highlight of the development is the detailed modelling of the APU's interaction with the pneumatic and electrical systems, which showcases the team's commitment to realism. In-depth systems. In the update, Aerodynamics have provided an in-depth look at the system's interplay, particularly focusing on the APU startup procedure. They point to a technical description for this procedure and promise that the whole process has been faithfully represented in their virtual rendition of the DC-10. There's a whole load of stuff here, but they're basically saying this is how accurate it is. With the APU master switches moved to run, it sends power to the APU inlet door, which controls the opening of the APU inlet door itself. It takes about 20 to 25 seconds to open. On N2 reaches 6.5, the ECB evaluates whether it's safe to start ignition. As N2 gets to 50%, and given that N1 is greater than 10%, more fuel is introduced, and this will disconnect the starter motor, which will cause a spike in EGT. It's like they're really going into the depths of this thing. It's just incredible. And like, look at some of the pictures here, lads. I mean, this is looking highly, highly impressive, isn't it? Like, it's going to be a freeware aircraft. Isn't it absolutely nuts? Loving to see the state of this. I better have a drink. I'm not able to speak well tonight. That'll fix it. So, looking ahead, with each update, Aerodynamics continues to amplify the excitement around their DC-10 or KC-10. Yet, they're also nearing a critical juncture. The aircraft's much anticipated debut, or the risk of it being categorized as vaporware. The wait has been lengthy, and although there has been consistent progress, the prolonged development is increasingly testing to the community's patience. Nonetheless, the allure of the Aerodynamics DC-10 remains strong, positioning it as a potentially significant add-on for Microsoft Flight Sim. They need to just, like, release it. Do you know what I mean? It's freeware. Like, just release it and put a roadmap on it to say, hey, we're going to be doing this. You know what I mean? That's what I think. But anyway, right, moving on. So we all saw this thing drop during the week. Well, last week. Phoenix released version 2, block 2 of the A330. And I gotta say, I've been flying this thing well, I'd like to say I've been flying it all the time. I've very little time to fly at the moment, but that'll change. I have to say, right, I've really been enjoying this aircraft, but I'm also picking up some feedback. This thing is not that heavily optimized, particularly on the lower end systems. A couple of guys in our own community, but I've been reading up on the forums as well. It's not playing nice with some of the lower end systems, it's a pity, because I can tell you the aircraft is absolutely incredible, right? Like it's incredible how good they've made this. And there's a lot of customization available for it as well. So we got some really nice pictures here of different kind of liveries and all this sort of stuff. But I suppose what's more important here, lads, right? If we ramble over here, look. Here's just some website I know, right? But if we ramble over here, well, our very own Gibbo Ireland has been flat out creating a livery. And he's done it not just for the CFM variant, he's also gone ahead and done it for the IAE variant. And this is for our own virtual airline, Firefly Air. So it's a brand new livery, which works with version 2, block 2. And if you'd like to grab it, ramble on over to teutonmurphy.com, go into the downloads, and you'll be able to grab it there. It includes one for, as I said, the IAE and also the CFM. And Gibbo's working on some other stuff in the background as well. And you'll get to see that very, very soon. But like, look at the cut, right? Look at the cut of it. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then if that wasn't enough, he's also gone ahead and given us an EFB cover. Go back forward here, Murph. Your hands are moving too fast. Go forward there. We can also see the EFB background has been updated here as well. So just grab it over on the website, teutonmurphy.com. So can I view more? Here we go. So here's a picture of the EFB with a background there. And as far as I know, you just kind of pop these into the community folder. Just pop them in, away they go, and you're good to go. So these are free liveries, and they were created by Gibbo Ireland. Really good. Small hands are easier to move quickly. They're giant hands, right? I can't really say, can I measure me hands? I'll look weird. Is that camera gone all funny, actually? It is. That's what's wrong, look. Hang on a second. But I can't fix it now. I'm in the middle of a stream, right? Although you should be over here a bit. Oh, Jesus, no. Get in there a little bit, Murph. It's grand. I'll fix that later, right? That's what's wrong. That's what there's a shine in me head. I should be up here somewhere. But anyway, it's not important. So great work by Gibbo. Well done. Now, Fierce Wolf has subscribed to the channel 31 months. Thank you very much indeed, Fierce Wolf. Dude, you legend. Makeup. Wait, what? Speed of hands. It often blackens it. Indeed, Gabe, indeed. Right, so that's the A320. Now, news here from Just Flight, and we'll play this video here in the background. So Just Flight are working on the 146 Professional, and it's actually getting a cabin overhaul, version 2 upgrade coming soon. So when this video released by Just Flight, well, they're going through all the bits and bobs that they've added to the cabin of the aircraft. Now, the 146, if you don't have it, it's an iconic aircraft, not only in the sim, but these things used to fly around here the whole time. They were known, well, it was the 146 back in the day, then they became the what were they called, the RJ, right? But anyway, this new update, or the upgrade, there's a cabin overview video here, and to see some of the detailing, I'll just skip ahead here. When you see some of the detailing and functionality, Avro RJ, man, Mephiston, when you see some of the detailing that they've managed to pull off, well, it's making this really nice indeed. It's beautiful, in fact. And just to show you some of the switches and the features. So there is a video there, well worth the watch, but all the textures have gotten a massive upgrade. There's a ton of functionality built into it. It just adds to a level of immersion to an already excellent aircraft. The 146, it's going to be different than most any other airliner that you fly. 4 engines on the thing, the baby jumbo. It's an absolute beast of an aircraft, and it's very immersive. The sounds are great, the flight model, everything about the aircraft, it's great. Now they're giving it an upgrade, and this looks awesome as well. Like you can even hit the panels here for like your lighting and all this sort of jazz. Like the what do they call it? The flight attendants panel, I suppose. But it's all there, right? It's pretty cool. Now you can open the door and kick the packs off yourself. Right, you could. But it looks pretty nice, and well, this update is coming soon, so it's just a video from Just Flight. But great to see updates coming for their aircraft. Now, moving on, Pirigui. Anyway, I thought this was a real photo when I looked at it. It's not. They're updating Edinburgh. And these are some preview shots that we have, right? So scenery developer Pirigui, I think, Development, have shared on social media some previews of its upcoming Edinburgh Airport update. The original release came out in 2021 with great success, with many praising the attention to detail and excellent performance. However, since then, the developer has improved their skills and is now headed back to the Scottish airport to revamp their work. So there was a post here on that place, but I just want to show you some of the updates. These are like the most insignificant things that just add, right? I mean, look, multi-story car parking. Look at the lighting, the texture work. The freaking stairs here. Look at the cut of it. I thought it was a real picture. I was like, well, looks great, right? The lighting inside. Now, I think that's parallax. I could be wrong though. It looks like that weird kind of a 3D kind of a picture in behind the door. But if so, he's done all sorts of crazy with the lights. That looks incredible. And then, of course, just the lighting in general, all new textures. It's looking impressive. So I've no release date yet, but when I saw this, I was like, ooh, Edinburgh's very nice. And now this looks incredible as well. It's getting an update. So great news. Now, Emerald Scenery Design. Well, they've released a new backcountry scenery package for Microsoft Flight Sim. It's titled 25 Mile and Limber Lake. The release follows in the footsteps of Fort Crosby, which was launched in November and continues to expand the virtual horizons for simmers with a 5.6 square mile of meticulously crafted wilderness to explore. Right? It's set in the heart of the picturesque backcountry. 25 Mile and Limber Lake introduces a serene yet adventurous landscape. The area, anchored by a large lake and bordered by several rustic cabins and docks, offers a perfect retreat for simmers looking to immerse themselves in nature. However, this tranquility is balanced with a thrill of exploration and navigation challenges, thanks to two rugged dirt airstrips located just a mile apart. Emerald Scenery Design has beautifully infused the environment with dynamic wildlife, including a variety of local fauna such as bears, butterflies, and more. We have a video here, right? It's priced at $11.99 and it presents a captivating scenery for bush pilots seeking high quality and charming backcountry experiences. It's available now on the developer's website and in the Microsoft Flight Sim marketplace for both PC and Xbox. Let's have an old gawk at this now. Is that, hang on now. Whoop. Is she on full tilt here? It is. Hang on there now, lads. We get up there now. I'm going to press one of these with one of these. That kind of works. Let's have a look. It looks very pretty, doesn't it? What do you think? It's very Parallel 42-esque. You can clearly see where they got their inspiration. Anyway, two highly detailed airstrips, 25 Mile Lake and Limber Lake, a coverage area of 5.6 miles, including custom multiple cabins with extra details throughout. All models use PBR textures up to 4K, colour matched aerial imaging at 30 centimetres, right? Captain Gaiman is in the house. Good to see you, man. Hello there. Welcome aboard. Handcrafted terraforming up to 3 meters a pixel and fully compatible with Orbex's Alaska mesh. Custom environmentals including weeds, wildflowers, native shrubs, 3D, trees, rocks, and even bogs.
Time to pull the big switch, good buddy.
Empire Kicking is here with the raid. Welcome in, my dudes. Hope you had a fantastic stream, lads. And well, you're very welcome in. We're just catching up with the news, right? And they have bears and butterflies. They have a feral hog. He roams the northern end of the runway. He's a fox. There's frogs. There's a moose. Loose. About this, come on, that was brilliant. There's a wolf. Jesus. They even have rain puddles, roof snow, visual effects, and the windsocks, the flags, and the wind turbine all change orientation and animation based on wind speed and direction. But are there any Skodas? I don't know. I didn't see any, right? If there's no Skodas...
She's a fox. In France, she would be called La Renarde, and she would be hunted with only her cunning to protect her.
Yeah, right.
She's a babe. She's a robo-babe. In Latin, she would be called Babia Majora.
If she were a president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln.
Do you remember that song, What Does the Fox Say? Oh, God. I knew that was coming. Yeah. Skodas can go off-road. They can. Cyrus wasn't impressed. Brilliant. Right, moving on. Papa Hotel Dutch Scenery Design takes the helm of iBlue Yonder's Lelystad Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, Jesus, there's things happening. Edson, you absolute legend. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Edson, has rambled in. Resubscribing to the channel. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. And you're very welcome in. We're just catching up on the news. So anyway, do you remember the news from a few weeks ago? That's what it says. About iBlue Yonder preparing to release a custom scenery for the Lelystad Airport in the Netherlands. Right?
Myself.
In partnership with developer Ronald Fleurbage. That was a pretty good attempt. Well, it seems that the partnership has ended. Both developers will now continue on separate paths, meaning that Lelystad Airport will be released by a new studio, Papa Hotel Dutch Scenery Design. Okay, instead of iBlue Yonder. Anyway, as we learned, Ronald's journey with iBlue Yonder and Bill Womack was filled with learning, teamwork, and big dreams. When he joined at the start of the pandemic, it was all about creating cool stuff together and dreaming about bringing Lelystad Airport to life in the sim. The project was Ronald's dream project, something that he'd been thinking about for a long time. Then, a surprising turn of events just a few days ago, initially revealed by iBlue Yonder and now confirmed by Ronald, seems that Bill Womack decided to take the company in a different direction, and suddenly Ronald had to figure out a new plan for his dream project. That's when he decided to start his own studio. Anyway, launching a new studio and getting a project ready for release is no small feat. There's a lot of extra work and new challenges. Because of this, the release of the airport scenery has been pushed back. Ronald wants to make sure that everything is perfect and is up to his high standards before sharing it to the world, so it won't be here in time for FS Weekend, but probably won't take much long after that. So if you've been waiting for the custom rendition of the airport, the good news is it's still on the way, but it won't be there in time of the FS Weekend. Thought that was interesting kind of a thing. Anyway, moving on. 61 Tree Studio. Did Vasco get to it? He might have. He fixed it. You saw nothing. It was grand. 61 Tree Studio releases impressive Livingston Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim. We're going to be checking this one out live on stream tonight. But get ready to experience the gateway to Victoria Falls. A name that lives in infamy with the Fireflies, right? Because Jefferson made it. In breathtaking detail in the sim, developer 61 Tree Studio has released a rather impressive custom scenery for Livingston Airport. Foxtrot Lima Hotel, November. It's in Zambia, which serves as a major hub for travellers seeking to witness the awe-inspiring Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, right? Of the world. The airport has undergone significant upgrades and expansions over the years to accommodate the growing influx of international tourists. These improvements have not only enhanced its capacity, but also its facilities, ensuring a more comfortable and efficient experience for travellers. Livingston Airport is now gaining a new life in Microsoft Flight Sim with 61 Tree Studios' stunning custom scenery. The developer promises a very detailed scenery that goes beyond simply replicating the exterior structures. 61 Tree Studio has also meticulously recreated the airport's interiors, offering a truly immersive experience. As I said, we're checking this one out on the stream here now in a couple of moments, and very, very exciting indeed. Robbie, the developer, he's here. He's here in the chat. We'll be checking it out with him shortly. He says the goal is to supply you with the experience of actually visiting the Livingston Airport as much as possible. This includes details like functional hangar doors and shop opening hours between 8 and 10. Due to the intricate details, the add-on requires a mid-range to high-end system with at least 10 gigs of VRAM for optimal performance. But I think he is working on that, right? So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Although now available for purchase, this add-on is still being actively developed, with regular planned updates until reaching its final form. Users can expect to see further additions like the completion of surrounding buildings, detailed ATC interior, more shops, doctors and nurses' room, hello nurse, a security room, and additional vehicles and animated people. Livingstone International Airport goes perfectly with Jeppesen 2001's beautiful rendition of Victoria Falls, and this is now available on Sim Market for around €15. We're going to be checking it out in detail here now in a few moments, right? And excited to show this one. Now, there's been an absolute load of Barcelona sceneries released in the last couple of days. I think there's 4 sceneries. There's definitely 3 of the same airport. But anyway, Simwings released their rendition of Barcelona's El Prat airport for the Sim, just a few days after MK Studios released theirs. Now, we do have a video to show you, and I think I have a video on the other one to show you as well. We're going to look at 2 videos. It's not very Spanish, but sure, listen, we'll take it, right? Let's have a gawk at this one.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
So I have to say, well, this looks very, very nice indeed, right? It's a beautiful rendition of Barcelona's El Prat airport, and it's just been released. Simwings produced a series of great airports already, and El Prat seems to be no exception, right? So we can see highly detailed scenery of the airport and also the immediate vicinity. All buildings and service facilities, realistic 3D terrain using DEM, custom aerial image, up-to-date runway, custom taxiways, airport interiors, the whole 9 yards appears to be here, right? And a big shout out to Aviation lads for creating that trailer. It looks beautiful. This is published by Aerosoft. It's available for around 20 bucks. Around 20 bucks, right? Around 20 quid. Edson, saw that. We'll jump to you straight away after the next one, but then we'll jump to you straight away. This is exciting. Right, so get a good hard look at that. Simwings, 20 odd euros and available now. Then we have MK Studios. Do I have a video for this one? Well, of course, Jesus, I don't. But not to worry. MK Studios released their rendition of the same airport in the Sim, right? So, well, let's have an old talk about it. What's included? Lifelike recreation of the airport, including detailed terminal interiors, working the visual docking guidance systems, handcrafted 3D models of buildings, jetways, and airport facilities, custom 30cm pixel satellite imagery, elevation data based on high-quality LiDAR scans, custom up-to-date ground poly with lines, dirt, markings, and more, realistic lighting, custom POIs around the airport. It's AI compatible and has AI parking codes. Now, here's the thing. This one is considerably cheaper. It's £5 cheaper. Now, MK Studios have been releasing some beautiful scenery to date. And, well, does anyone own either, or would you like me to buy both and we'll do a comparison? Barcelona it's a great location to fly into the Sim. It's ideal out of Dublin, in fact, down to Barcelona, do you know? But I have to say, it looks very, very good from MK Studios. So there is another version, Latin VF4, that's the one I have, and Just Sim also have their own versions to compete directly. Jesus, just 4 Barcelonas. What? Absolutely madness, lads. But I thought it was interesting to say, hey, there's more Barcelona sceneries, right? So it'd be interesting to see what your favourite ones are. Now, if I go to parallel42.com, because Edson is in the chat and he just said, Murph, there's something important. Hang on, where are we looking for now, Edson? Murph, I hate to bother you. I do believe just released a golden nugget via their socials. Now, by socials, do you mean X? I can go to X, I suppose. Wait now. 4 minutes ago. SimFX. Is this what you're telling me? SimFX. flightsim. Edson, we need context. Hang on a second. He needs to tell me a thing. Look at the cut of that picture, though. That's a DC-3. Let's wait for it to sink in. I'll give it a second. Default aircraft, custom effects. Custom aircraft, better effects. Kings of effects. So we know, or we knew, that Parallel 42 have been working on a visual effects package. And this was going to include all sorts of visual effects for the aircraft. And Edson, who streams, the Sky Lounge, you'd have to have a look at some of his streams to see some of the stuff. He just shared little snippets of what's being worked on, right? Edson, tell me, does this include the things in the sky as well? You know what I mean? Oh, and helicopters. Ooh, there's visual effects for helicopters, and then the nothingness in the sky. This is huge news. So, right, you've just put out a little snippet. You're saying nothing, but you're saying everything. There's going to be contrails available. These are all visual effects. Think of like the immersion packages back in the day. Your skies are about to come alive. Well, when's it ready? You need to tell us. This is too exciting. Look at the state of that, though. Like, this isn't just like the ground dirt being kicked up. Like, there's all sorts of visual effects going on here. It's a class picture. And my favourite plane as well. It's amazing. Will there be chemtrails? So you're talking visual effects for default aircraft, payware aircraft, helicopters, and also contrails in the sky flying around you. That's incredible. It's in pre-release testing by the team. They are breaking, we are fixing, and then we stage for release. That's awesome. That's so awesome. We're going to give that a like and an L retweet. Repost? Did I not just say retweet? I like being retweeting. Lads, this is huge news. Keep your eyes peeled on Parallel 42 because this will be a visual game changer when it comes to you flying with all these visual effects that are running. Not only that, but from the screenshots I saw, we call it the nothingness because it was before it was public knowledge. But having contrails in the sky, you don't realize it until you realize they were missing. When they're in the sky, it's like, how did I actually fly in the sim without them being there? You talk about kind of cranking up the realism. This does it. It just does. I can't wait for this. Cannot wait for this. Not fair. This is like, oh, not fair. It's like putting a massive present under the Christmas tree on the 10th of December. You have to wait. Brilliant. Right? It does. It looks great. Mass flights will look like masters of the air. Yes. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Right? Eamon says the old FSX packages from years gone were excellent. God knows what they can produce now. I agree. So this is good news. This means they're getting closer. So you've heard it here first, lads. Edson, thank you very much indeed for rambling in. News team assemble! They're getting close. They're getting very close. Could you imagine this now? Could we get the DC-3 up high enough? We probably could. To have like all the contrails and stuff. You know what I mean? VR Flight Sim guy is here. Good to see you, man. I love FS Traffic for contrails. FS Traffic. Oh wait, they have it, don't they? Murph, we'll get an exclusive for the next show. Deal. Sold to the highest bidder. Yes, thank you very much. VR Flight Sim guy, great to see you, man. So this, well, I probably can't, like, I'm not going to tell you what the other gadget has, as in it's new immersive pack from Parallel 42 in relation to the contrails, in what creates contrails and so on and so forth. But what I've seen, I really liked. There was one scene in particular. He went to the Eiffel Tower, as you do, and just kind of pointed the camera up, and the sky in the background was like unbelievable. As I said, it's only when you see it you realize how much you've missed it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's huge news, man. That's exciting to say the least. So yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled, and we'll definitely have to have Edson on for the chat to say, but how'd you manage that now? Right? Huge news. So moving on, we're going to be checking out, well, soon, there's a new rendition of Manchester International Airport by Tame Models. Echo Golf Charlie Charlie Manchester. Now, we already have a rendition of Manchester in the sim. It's not too bad, right? But this one has been slated as the second airport release from the developer following Cairns Airport, but they have a long history of developing airports in X-Plane. Manchester International Airport, one of the busiest airports in the UK, serving as a central hub for both travellers and cargo, it presents an interesting and challenging location. With its complex layout, including multiple runways and a diverse range of routes served across Europe and beyond, Manchester International offers Microsoft flightsim users the opportunity to test their piloting skills in a dynamic and realistic airline operational setting. Right? Primo Victoria, good to see you. Welcome in. Gary Duggan, welcome in. So we do have a couple of screenshots here, right? There's only screenshots though. We'll get to these now in a sec, right? But anyway, the handmade and detailed PBR ground markings and textures, according to the most recent airport situation. This is nice. You know, Airliners Live, they're based out of here. Well, they're not based out of here, but you'll always find them in Manchester, right? Handmade realistic terminals, cargo buildings, airport buildings using Microsoft's PBR materials, realistic airport lighting, taxiway aprons, optimized for performance, custom jetways, and they have a modelled interior of the terminal. Pretty nice. However, it does state here, the heavily edited promotional images might slightly misrepresent the visual quality of the scenery, but it does seem that the developer has done a thorough job constructing the airport with considerable detail, including the terminal interior and custom jetways. This does look pretty nice. It's available right now for Microsoft Flight Sim on Orbex for about £16. And as I said, there's another, is it Mako Sim or Mako Sim, I believe? They have a rendition of Manchester. It's pretty nice, but this might be a little bit kind of up there, you know what I mean? Someone take the HDR setting away. Yeah, it's all like, post-apocalyptic, or a very hot day, you know, a humid day. But yeah, 15 quid or 16 quid sounds pretty good. Again, this is another airport I'll have to add to the list, and we'll check it out to see what it's like in and around the vicinity. Do you know? VR Flightsim guy, good to be here. Love the news shows. Very news show. I nearly made a mistake. News shows. Yeah. Emphasize the ooze and not uds. I have a terrible habit of saying that. Thank you very much indeed. It's great to see you. God almighty. Humid. Yeah, humidity. Do you ever see... I'll show you in a picture sometime. I'll show you when we're in Vegas. I'll show you like the tone of what happens to you when it's humid. You know, Murph, no reflection on your presentation skills, but I kind of missed your partner in crime dual presentations. I don't mind that. Sure, give it was no crack at all. We wouldn't get any news done these days. I make too many mistakes on my own. Do you know what I mean? Legend has it that VR Flightsim guy is watching the stream in VR. Brilliant. Oh, the humidity. There we go. Stokesy, good to see you, man. Thank you for the follow. But yes, I couldn't agree with you more. Murph, the motivational speaker, the next Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins? There's a shine on me head tonight. Have you noticed that, lads? Look. Well, you can't see it there. And my camera setting is off. The trills and spills of modern life. Now, I had this name and I lost it. Drzevecki design. That was brutal, but I think that's actually how you pronounce it. I used to always say Drzevecki, but I think it's actually called Drzevecki, right? And I have this on good authority from someone from Poland, but they could be taking the Dennis Hickey out of me. I don't know. But anyway, they've released a comprehensive Warsaw landmark package for Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? Check this out. Drzevecki Design has released their latest city landmarks pack for the sim, shining a spotlight on the beautiful city of Warsaw, right in the developer's home country of Poland. This update significantly enriches the virtual skies over Poland's capital, introducing a variety of landmarks that beautifully blend Warsaw's deep historical roots with its dynamic modern skyline. It's a beautiful looking city. Warsaw, celebrated for its indomitable spirit throughout the 20th century and notable growth in the 21st, offers a unique canvas that combines the charm of its UNESCO-recognised old town with the sleekness of contemporary skyscrapers. This mix provides a visually stunning experience for flight sim enthusiasts venturing throughout this region in Europe. So, when you hear this, it includes an impressive collection of buildings and structures around the city, from skyscrapers to historical landmarks, bridges, heliports, and even 15 custom-made airports, lads. 15 of them, no less. Let's zoom in here. Look at the state of this. We're going to Poland. This is pretty cool, right? And like, the developer is Polish. It's great to see the passion of, you know what I mean? The Polski passion. It looks great. But yeah, like, it's the whole city here is included with all these custom buildings. This looks fantastic. Look at the state of that. Oh yeah, this is pretty. So what do we have? Main features: dozens of detailed skyscrapers higher than 100 meters. What do they want with them buildings for? Numerous cultural and historical landmarks, 12 bridges and several stadiums, obstacles such as chimneys and antennas, 11 heliports, nice, and 15 custom-made airfields. Clearly, this extensive package completely overhauls Warsaw's skyline and caters to a wide range of simmers, from commercial airline simmers to general aviation and helicopter pilots. Warsaw Landmarks from Jazveki Design is now out and available for Microsoft Flight Sim, such as Contrail, where you can pick it up for around €20. Need to grab this. We need to have a look at this. This is huge news and great to see. Now, looking at city overhauls, well, Samsung continue its city overhaul with Osaka in Japan, right? So Samsung continues to enhance the urban landscapes of major cities across the globe, providing Microsoft Flight Sim enthusiasts with breathtaking skylines to navigate that often improve or rectify the default scenery and photogrammetry. Their most recent endeavour focuses on the captivating city of Osaka, extending their portfolio of meticulously crafted cityscapes. I'm going to need elocution lessons that include prominent locations such as New York, Bangkok, Toronto, Vancouver, and other cities, including the many major ones in the United States. Dubbed Japan Osaka City Wow by Samsung, this release strives to offer a genuine portrayal of Osaka by carefully redesigning the area to accurately reflect the geographical positioning of landmarks and structures. There's a video. Let's see how good I am at this now. I could wait now. Oh, look. I mean, if that isn't immersive for you, jeez, on fire, lads. Doesn't it look impressive? It's a huge trailer. We'll be here till next Tuesday, but doesn't it look fantastic? Really captures the whole kind of, doesn't it? Now, my brother was in Japan and he told me that they have this drink. I kid you not. They have a drink that's literally a fish in a bottle. It's like fish juice. Quench your thirst with fresh fish juice. Why am I choosing all the hard words tonight? But this looks very, very good. Was my brother made in Japan? No, he went there and he's like, he'd ring me up and he'd be like, you'll never guess what I'm looking at now. I was like, what could you possibly be looking at? They have a fish in a bottle. It's like a goldfish. No, man, like you drink it. I was like, you drink a fish? No, he said, the fish is dead. But it's in like a vending machine, like you buy a bottle of Coke. What? Fish juice. The Japanese love it. They're a great bunch of lads. But this scenery looks absolutely incredible. And Japan, Osaka City, wow. Brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. Look at the state. So anyway, it's available now. There's over 600 handcrafted iconic buildings, custom handcraft bridges, handcrafted castle and landmarks, beautiful night effects. Many building rooftops are landable, compatible with other developer airport add-ons, detailed recreation of the Shinsabashi area. That was actually got right. Frame rate friendly with all the LODs. So you can pick it up there now, priced at around $16 via Contrail. Ooh, that's pretty nice. We're going to Japan. Now, this news broke. You spoke, we listened. Could have been you spoke, we broke, but you thought you were broke, then you spoke, and we broke. Anyway, beyond ATC, this is big news, right? They have changed the pricing model of their product, right? Now, to put this into perspective, Beyond ATC is offering an AI ATC alternative than the InSim ATC, right? So you're actually talking to an AI generated kind of an engine sort of stuff. And it'll also do traffic injection because they're working with FSLTL to give aircraft and populate other aircraft into your simulator. So it's a fairly rounded package, right? And there was all sorts of when they released the first pricing. It was like, bring back call cards. I want to talk to me friend Johnny for 12 minutes. How much would that cost? All of this. They've now changed it, right? Basically what we have now, they're going to release the base package. This was originally priced at around $60. Well, they've cut it in half. They're going to release the base package at about $30, right? That's a good start. That's half price. They've also, they are going to include the basic sound or voice packs for the basic package and allowing you or enabling you push to talk on the base package, which was something that they didn't have available a couple of days ago. So to kind of smash all this into a little easy kind of a readable sentence, Beyond ATC will cost you €30 and no more if you stick with the basic package. That will give you push to talk ATC communication with some really good voices, right? The voices sound very good. It'll also do traffic injection, which is nice. And that's it. 30 quid, you don't need to worry about how much it's going to cost you per flight. Doesn't matter. And you don't need to worry about, well, if it's talking to other AI aircraft which have been generated by it, you don't need to worry about it at all. However, if you do want to go the premium route, and Beyond ATC are actually keeping the premium option open because they believe the voice generation and the accents and all this sort of jazz really do enhance the overall feel of the product, well, you can, of course, opt into the premium package. It gives you everything in the basic package, plus it gives you access to all these enhanced ATC voices. And there are many of them. Now, when it comes to pricing, it's not clear cut. They worked it out that a character, think of the old telegrams, right? Telegram for Mongo. Remember the old telegrams? They used to charge you per character, i.e. a letter. And back in the day, do you know the way we have this shorthand text? See you later. C-U-L-8-R. See you later. Well, that kind of came back in the day. We think we're so smart now on our phones. Yeah, look how trendy I am. R-O-T-F-O-L or whatever it is, right? I'm trendy. I know them. They were doing it years ago when it came to telegrams. But anyway, that's not important. What is important, Beyond ATC, that's how they charge. And it's like 0.000003 cent per character. Anyway, the way they've worked it out, the average, and I've yet to figure out how are they measuring the average, but they're saying an average flight, you can do probably 10 to 15 of those. And you'll have to top up your credit then. And you can buy credit for like $10. So I think they kind of worked it out roughly, and we have yet to see this, but roughly, you could probably say it's about 45 cents for an average flight. That doesn't sound too bad. But the important thing here is that's an optional extra if you want it, right? When you sign up to the product, I think they give you some of these free minutes or free characters so you can test it. But if you never wanted to use it, you can keep the basic package and you have that push to talk. There's also other options here. If you're going for the premium packages, well, that only kind of works, or it only drops your credit when you select the premium package for you and all the other aircraft. The beautiful thing is, well, you don't need to select the premium packages for when ATC is talking to AI. That'll just revert to the basic, meaning all these characters that you pay for are just used for you. That's pretty handy, right? It's handy, right? It remains to be seen, but it is a massive turnaround from the developer. And look at what did they do, right? I mean, they are kind of in uncharted territory. Say intentions, a rival product, very similar pricing, right? So they got to do with something. We need the product. We need full access to the product to be able to get a better understanding of how the thing actually works. It's great talking about it. Do you know what I mean? But we need to actually try it. But they have stated the base package will cost you $30. That'll include your ATC. It'll include the basic AI voices that you can use a push to talk, and it'll give you a traffic injection. It's pretty cool. 30 quid, one-off charge, that's it. Yeah, I think that's going to impress and at least probably calm a lot of people. When it comes to the premium, well, it's an optional extra if you wish. So I say good job by Beyond ATC. But at the same time, well, we need to see it before we can actually say, yeah, it's actually worth $30 or not. But it's interesting. It is important news. What do you guys think? Last week when I'm highly intelligent. I'm like a genius, you know, right? Genius. I couldn't understand the pricing matrix last week. I was like a goat looking at thunder going, right? Now I have a better understanding to say, well, okay, it's 30 quid. Yeah, fair enough. And if I want the premium, I'd be grand. I can buy it if I want it, but I don't need it. I'd be happy enough with the basic. It's pretty handy now. You know what I mean? I'd pay for that. Pay for who? Who? Gary, what's he saying? Murph, I think your voice should be available on Beyond ATC. No, I say stupid stuff all the time. I don't need AI to pretend it's me and say even more stupid stuff. What if it made me sound more intelligent? More on that later, right? Energizer,
can I get a refund?
No, there's no refunds. Energizer says it's a better direction, but something about it feels a little bit fishy. Regards to my previous comment. Hang on, I need to find it. Hang on, Cyrus. Jesus. Murphy's trying to look at the thing with the yoke with the thing. Oh no, not Cyrus. Energizer, I beg your pardon. What's curious is that before this, they said on their Discord that they barely made any profit with their standard package. So now they make even less profits. Well, that's what they're saying. We're not in it to make money. But seemingly, Energizer, what the developers have said, don't shoot the messenger, what the developer has said, they went back to their service providers, I suppose, sat around the table and renegotiated new costs. Think of that as you will, but that's their story. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I nearly read them all. I think it's a good move, but I need to see the product. I need to get hands on the gadget. You know what I mean? Right. Anyway, moving on. We're checking out this thing as well. We need to get a move on. It's not like me to be like late. But anyway, the TDS GTN XI gets its most requested feature, an updatable database powered by Navigraph. Now, I need to put a couple of things into context. There are many people who say, well, what's the difference? The PMS 50 is very good. Why are we going on about this, right? For years, and I mean years, Garmin trainers, the official software packs for the official hardware, well, the only way you could update the database and access to the nav data, well, you needed to be paying a couple of $100 a month to Garmin to give you all that information. I remember using the Reality XP GTNs back in X-Plane, and you had no way of updating the nav data. Now, it still worked for a lot of the time, but you couldn't fly on the most recent air arcs and all this sort of jazz. This is a massive development, huge in fact, because TDS have managed to do it, because they can inject Navigraph's database, right, into these units. Now, I'm going to be checking this one out on the stream, because your question, I'm sure, is, well, what's the difference between one and the other, right? To give you just an introduction, the TDS GTN XI follows the official Garmin unit. It's a full simulation of Garmin's product. The PMS 50, which I use, I'm very happy with it, that's kind of like a hybrid in between, does its own thing. It has some really nice features. This one is the kind of official, we're following the actual unit here. But we will have a look at it. It comes at a price. So if you already own the GTN XI, well, there is an upgrade cost. And if you're going to be a potential, new user of this, well, there is a cost to buy the Pro version. But with the integration of Navigraph, it's huge. It's massive. In terms of what this actually is, lads, this is almost the equivalent of something like, 4Flight releasing a flight simulation solution and not for the real world. That's kind of the level we're at here. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, we'll be checking this one out, seeing how the unit works and the advanced charts features. All right. So we'll look at that now in a moment. Now, I came across this as well. I thought this was interesting. So the GTN XI isn't a Volkswagen Golf. Brilliant. Rock and Rimmer, good to see it. So Fly Beside. Fly Beside launches to help simmers find multiplayer companions and take paid flying lessons. They're laughing all the way to the back. But anyway, basically what this is, right? It's a online kind of a forum-based thingy, right? And you put your location in and they'll ask you, what do you like? What are you good at? Are you good at the GA? Are you a student pilot? Are you a real-world pilot? Are you available for instruction, in which they'll find you people looking to get lessons, and you can hammer out a price. No doubt these guys will get a cut of it. Or you could be an aspiring pilot wanting to learn from someone local. Is there someone local or close enough to my location who can teach me this stuff? Time zones and all this sort of jazz. Well, Fly Beside has offered you this solution, a new platform. So at its core, it serves as a marketplace that simmers can use to deepen their understanding of virtual aviation. The platform allows users to both buy and sell one-to-one flying lessons. According to the developers, anyone with a passion or knowledge in a specific area of flight simulation, I wonder, could I do Roman history lessons? Gilbo Ireland would be my number one customer. But anyway, can they create and monetize their lessons with no prerequisite for real-world flying or teaching experience? Now, this could be kind of handy, because it's one thing learning the real-world procedures in flight simulation. That's one thing, right? But then there's a couple of, I suppose, human traits, right, workarounds that have to be applied for certain aircraft. Tried this in DCS, charging for lessons, it ended up with pitchforks. So yeah, that could be the case. But they're not organising it. They're just creating the platform for people to organise it. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's another cornerstone of Fly Beside experience is the solution to perennial challenge of finding compatible flying companions. Historically, pilots seeking multiplayer experiences had to navigate a fragmented landscape of social media and forums. Fly Beside aims to streamline this process with a comprehensive search and filtering system, enabling users to find their ideal wingmen or pilots with ease. They're also working through a third-party app called Your Controls. That's how they do this kind of one-to-one tuition, teaching you how to fly. I mean, it literally, you could put a virtual pilot sitting beside you in control of your aircraft or in a shared cockpit experience. It's interesting to see. But the main features, lesson marketplace for buying or selling one-to-one flying lessons, flag yourself as looking to fly with someone in multiplayer, request buddy flights with specific needs, schedule group flights, and the other features, shared cockpit for co-pilots, wingmen flights, extensive searches and filters, pilot profiles, map with routes, badges and XP. It's its own thing. It's interesting enough. I recommend go have a look at it and see what you think. But you might be someone who's looking to learn how to fly a particular aircraft or a particular set of procedures, whatever. It's kind of like a marketplace to say, Jesus, I need someone to teach me that. Where can I find it? And yes, you could find YouTube videos, but I can absolutely promise you there is a difference when you have one-to-one tuition or a live environment. Because if you have a question, you can ask it straight away. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, right. Let's have an old gawk and let's see how that goes. I'll keep my eye on it. I'm registered over there. I just want to see what's happening. Now, moving over to X-Plane, and we will be checking out X-Plane this evening. I want to show off the A330. However, the new Flight Factor 777, well, they're previewing some photos of this aircraft. So Flight Factor are working on a brand new rendition of their Boeing 777. And we have some beautiful pictures of this thing, right? This looks absolutely incredible. Now, there's a race now because we're going to have Flight Factor's 777, and I'm sure we're going to have PMDG's 777. These things are going to release very close to one another. This does look incredibly nice, though. And I think QA Pilot is going to be previewing this very, very soon. Keep your eye out on his channel, right? But anyway, Flight Factor, they have a great history in X-Plane for making some very, very high-fidelity aircraft. Some of my favourite from Flight Factor would be the 757, the 767. Of course, they did the A350. They also did a... What was the other one they did? Well, they did the 777 as well, right? And an A3... Was it A320? I can't remember. But anyway, it looks pretty good, right? What I do like about it is the visual overhaul that they've given this aircraft. It looks very, very nice indeed. It's beautiful. And like, you look at the depth of simulation when it comes to the systems, it's quite impressive. Quite impressive. Like, look at the modeling here, the freaking seats, right? That's my seat right there, you know? Yeah. The cockpit overhaul also done as well. You can see, you know, usual things in X-Plane. Wipers disperse water on the windscreen or on the windshield. And everything is looking pretty much the way it should. So I'm excited to see this project come to fruition. There is a reduction on their existing 777. You can pick it up relatively cheap, but there's no information if that's going to give you some sort of a discount if you're going to get the newest version. You know what I mean? So I've no details on the release date or indeed the price tag, but it is huge news indeed with a 777 on the way, right? Now, staying with X-Plane, FlyJSim, well, they've previewed its 732 twin-jet version 4 for X-Plane 12. Now, this aircraft, the 732 twin-jet in X-Plane 11, it's absolutely incredible. It's a classic variant of the 73, and it has the really old engines. Version 4 is on the way now for X-Plane 12, and I'm really, really looking forward to this. Look at the mad engines on this. These were so loud. They were ridiculous, right? But it's great to see FlyJSim working on this. In the post it said the gravel kit and UNS are making long anticipated arrival for X-Plane 12. We also see a custom FMS being developed specifically for the plane, along with taking advantage of X-Plane 12's new visual effects feature, along with specific functions found only in the modern simulator. Back in September, upon evaluating the platform and bringing the product over, the team at FlyJSim confirmed the update would come as an upgrade fee. This means if you own version 3, you'll be able to upgrade for 50% off, which is kind of nice. But then again, I imagine this will release probably in the region of about $80 because, well, that's X-Plane. But it's interesting to see. This is a beautiful aircraft. If you've ever flown the 732 and X-Plane, you know how good it is. It is excellent. Doesn't have some of the kind of creature comforts we're used to now in the modern sim of Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it is an incredible rendition of a Boeing 732. And when you think about it, this and the 737-400, which is available through X-Aviation, IXEG, man, these are some really beautiful classic 737s. They're beautiful. And they're very, very different. You know, there's a huge difference in not only how the aircraft flies, but the performance, the engines, the sounds, the overall feel of the aircraft. You know what I mean? Still has chocks on the nose wheel. They're not chocks. They're skis, man. Skis for snow, right? FlyJSim do a great 7.2. Yeah, they really, really did. Excellent stuff, right? Excellent stuff. So I thought that was brilliant. My last bit of news here with X-Plane, well, Varna has been released, the capital of Bulgaria, and it looks pretty nice. It was a new scenery. I said, hey, it looks nice. So operated by airliners such as Ryanair, Lufthansa, TUI and Wizz, they frequent the airport on a regular basis. And if you're looking to explore Bulgaria and X-Plane 12, then is it Zonos? I think it is. well, they have your back. They've just released their latest airport, giving you the chance to check out the city's primary airport. And you can see some of the pictures here. Visually, X-Plane, at times you're like, holy crap, that looks really good. Other times you're like, ooh, right? And we are, of course, waiting on the beta of X-Plane 12.10. There's new visual stuff happening there, and they're fixing some of the mad jagged lines and anti-aliasing and all this sort of jazz. But they do have some nice features, in particular the rain gathering on the ground. That looks incredible. You know, hey, Nutty Slack, good to see you. So a lot of news here for X-Plane, which I thought is pretty cool, right? The scenery is available. You can pick it up at the website over there. Let me see. You can pick up a copy over here at their website, Zonus. It's priced at $16.99, which for an X-Plane scenery, that's not bad. That's not bad. Right, and our last bit of news then, it's the VATSIM events. Now, starting this Monday, March the 11th, we're starting our very own VATSIM course with a focus on IFR ATC communication. How do you talk to ATC, basically, right? And we're going to be starting this ourselves on Monday. But in the meantime, if you're interested, well, there's a couple of events on every day, but also over the weekend. There's one here in Bilbao, the Overlord. VATSIM Spain invites you to the event Bilbao Overlord, or Overload. Fly and visit the famous city of Bilbao and enjoy the views of the Atlantic coast as you approach the airport into the marvellous green-covered land, wonderful nature and rich culture. 2 hours of full ATC coverage will be provided, covering all the positions at Lima Echo Bravo Bravo with passion and joy. So these are great ways to jump on to VATSIM, even as an observer, and just listen in. You know, you can open up SimAware, see all the aircraft moving. It's pretty cool. You can listen in. It's class, right? It is class. So that's a pretty good one to have on for the weekend. Right, we continue on because we have an aircraft to show you and a scenery, right? We're getting to it now. We're getting to it. And well, this one here, this aircraft is an upcoming release. It's going to be freeware, and it's from Deejing. Right? Jesus, there's all sorts of stuff happening here. I need to update a whole load of stuff in the corner. Let me see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, grand. Where's my button? Hang on, lads. I'm just pressing the button. Here we go. Okay, so it's going to be available eventually over on flightsim.to for free. It's still in development, but it should be done very, very soon. So it features that of the Vans RV4. But the good news is, lads, this is a free one. So you can see it in a tail dragger configuration. Deejing is a beautiful job. It looks great. It's going to come with a number of different liveries. And I suppose it's just it's kind of a straightforward, handy little plane. And I'm going to take it up here for a spin just to show you some of the work Deejing has done in it. And like, there is some nice details. And bearing in mind, it's not yet released. But like, I mean, look at the details on the friggin' strobes, look. Right? It's a simplistic plane. These are kind of kit built as well. But it's a nice kind of a shape, nice style to it. And we are seeing a lot of these aircraft, a lot of the Vans aircraft, right? But we'll see how we go. I'm getting texture issues with DX12 here, by the way. Don't let that put you off the scenery because it's DX12. But anyway, let's jump in here and get ourselves up and running with the aircraft. So some of the features that we have at the moment, I can't open the canopy, but that's okay. All the circuit breakers are going to be modelled. Handy, right? Hey, Black Knight is here. Good to see you. It's a great gravel kit. Along with the probes and nacelles, the X-Aviation 737 is IXEG 300. Thank you, Black Knight. It was the 300, not the 400. Okay? So this is a nice little plane. So let me see. Let's power up here and have a listen. So battery's coming on. We do have some nice lighting. And we're going to get our mags on. There's no parking brake in this, so we need to be careful. Make sure it's set to rich. Go ahead and get the fuel pump on. We do have some lights on here as well. So we're going to hold the brakes, open the throttle a little bit, and we're going to go for a start. And start. Is the RPM up there now, Betsy? Fuel pump off. Alternator can come on. Avionics come on. Nice sounds, isn't it? Alternator coming on. And our transponder will be powered up. So we do have flaps on the aircraft. And again, there's decent audio here as well. Let's have a listen to the engine noises outside. Sounds nice, right? I'm trying to think of the actual sound set. Beautiful strobe on the back there, do you see it? Stunning. Right, I'm going to take it out for a very quick hop here. So, a bit of power coming in. Got our landing lights on. Peter can come on here as well. Very strong airframe. Sounds better than a Skoda. What are you talking about? Does anyone know how to fix that? You know, it happens on all my scenery. Every now and again, it'll pop in some weird textures using DirectX 12. It was working fine earlier. Robbie is probably looking at this from 613 Studio thinking, Murphy, what have you done to my beloved scenery? It's not his scenery, lads. This is my PC. It's DirectX 12. Does anyone actually know a fix for that? Look, now it's fixed. But I can guarantee you when I jump back in towards the aircraft, it'll pop it out again. No, that seems to fix it. Right, see, I fixed it! It's a big thing, or it's a bug that never fixed. The apron textures come true. Yeah, turn off shader. What do you mean turn off shader? As in your shader cache. Hope all is on good. Hope all is good on this side of the keyboard. It is Black Knight. It's great to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping well. In Nvidia, it's an Asobo thing. It's an Asobo thing, right? We'll be checking out this airport in the moment. For this, though, I do want to check out Deejing's very handy work. He's done some amazing quality add-ons, and they're free. Do you know? So we're going to take this out for a quick jaunt, just to kind of give you an idea of what you can expect. This is a freeware aeroplane. It's general aviation, and it's based on a Vans. It's nice. It's very, very nice. So, notch the flaps. Power coming in. Alright, airspeed live. Easy now. Here's 60. Yep, see daisy. It's a beautiful hand-flying aircraft. Does the strobe work on the wing? It does. Strobes are working. Hangar Studio says it's Bing Maps. Microsoft knows about it. I'm working on a fix. It's double loading the images. It was on the dev stream a couple of months ago. Hangar Studio 713. Thank you very much indeed for the update. Nice, man. Nice. So you can see, right? There's a couple of nice detailing here with the aircraft, and I want to show you, right? You can currently see the draw on me amps. Now the amp meter should be plus because we should be charging it. But if I turn off the alternator, you can see the amp meter move and the volts. If I activate the flaps, when the motor's moving, you can see a draw on the amps. If I turn off the strobes, so the electrical system is modelled here. In a freeware aircraft, that's quite impressive. And if we wanted to, well, we have our avionics, we can pull the circuit breaker, and your avionics are gone. There's a lot of detail in this, right? But as a nice kind of a country flying aircraft to go exploring, or indeed, if you do want to enter the world of some aerobatics, well, you absolutely can. And the sounding is quite good. You actually get a great sound off the airplane. So we'll try a couple of things, right? Let's see what we can do with a stall here as we're looking at the airport. Now, bearing in mind, the aircraft isn't released yet. Deejing is still working on it. How does it behave in a stall? Well, the engine cut out. That's not good, Murphy. Oh, Jesus, we're in trouble. Thanks. We need to fix that. God almighty. But it's a nice plane, this one. And it's free. It's actually free. I mean, this thing already, this is better than a lot of payware. Let's check out some of the camera views, right? What do you think, lads? It's pretty, isn't it? It's a pretty little plane. Woody, thank you very much indeed for the follow. So in terms of night lighting, there's not a whole lot. All right. This is what she's like at night. Basic, but functional. But look at the power of the lights. Look at the bloom from the lights, lads. That's kind of a bit mad looking, isn't it? Like, they absolutely light up the place. Let's see, can I do some sort of a mad landing here in the night time? We're over speed completely. Right, easy, Murphy, now. Easy. 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 Oh, jeez. Yeah, we felt that. Oh, God. Right, we're down safely. Sorted. RVs are great fun to fly, especially in VR with that canopy. Visibility is fantastic. Correct and right. Like, even I'm using the Tobii eye tracking, right? But look at the view I have. It's pretty much not obstructed at all. A little bit over my left shoulder, you can see where the frame is. Now, on a very serious note, I must include this. I was shocked, Deejing. Shocked and appalled. I mean, that's going to really damage sales of this aircraft, I think. A statement like that. That's why it's free. Do not put pineapple on pizza. I can't believe it. Lads, the Vans RV4, currently in development by Deejing. It's going to be a freeware product. It's a freeware product.
Hello there.
This is a gift to the flight sim community, and I gotta say, it's a lot of fun. Flying this thing around with the visibility, it's the weirdest looking divil you're ever going to see, right? The liveries are done really, really nice. There's still a couple of changes he wants to make to it, but the flight model, it hand flies really, really well. And it also includes an autopilot. There is an autopilot on this. If you want this to be your next kind of country explorer, well, you can kind of sit back and just take in the views. Really good for VR flying, of course, as well, right? Is that the Skoda engine running? Listen, you'll know when the Skoda engine is running because you have to stand back from it, right? You know. That canopy looks a bit small for your melon. Thanks! Jesus, epic! Your first words in the stream tonight couldn't have been like, how are you, Murph? Brilliant. But yeah, me head would be... do you ever see Mars Attacks? Right, I'd have a serious job getting me head into that thing. But look at the headrest frame thingy. Do you know, you'd be snug sitting in this, and you can carry your buddy behind you. It's a pretty little airplane. Deejing has been working really hard on it. The plane, and not pineapple pizza. The sounds are good though. Come on, Betsy. Come on, Betsy. Now she sounds like a Skoda. Come on, Betsy! Come on, go! I'm after breaking it. Why didn't that work? Oh, hang on. Right, we'll try it again. We ready? Come on, Betsy! Start, you devil! Start! Why isn't that... I'm after breaking it.
Who's in charge? You haven't a clue what you're doing.
Oh wait, I'm out of fuel. No, I'm not out of fuel. Fuel pump, now start it. Oh, the choke. Hang on.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
I've genuinely broken it. Come on, Margaret. Come on, you devil. Yup. Get with that! It's alive! It's alive! See, I didn't doubt it at all!
Yeah, baby, yeah.
This thing is closer to the Skoda than I dare admit. But anyway, it's very good, isn't it? Very, very good. Right, so that is an upcoming project from Deejing, and he's doing some great things for the community, lads, and it's for free. So a very, very, very well done indeed. Now, moving on, and now that we're here, and all you are here, well, let's start off the proceedings by pressing some buttons. They're not working. It is working. So, ladies and gentlemen, where's the... Oh, Jesus. Where's the button for this now? Oh, it's here, look. We're doing a giveaway for a copy of this scenery with thanks to 613 Studio. It is that of Livingstone Airport in Zambia. Right? And all you need to do, exclamation point, ticket into the chat. It's only available on the personal computer or PC to you, you know, young people. Right. Shall we explore it? I think we shall. Now, if you do see any weird texture popping, it is DirectX 12, right? It ain't the scenery. The scenery is running flawlessly, right? So we'll start out here, right? So we're down here, and there's graffiti. Someone has graffiti-eyed the building because it says Rans rules, right? The Rans. Y'all know the Rans. So we can walk into this terribly narrow door that isn't as narrow as you think. And we find ourselves in a hangar. Ooh. They've modelled a hangar, look. I've gone out to the ceiling. They've modelled a hangar, look. Yes, very nice. And I do believe the door is open. There's all timings and animations and all this. We'll get a look at them in a moment, right? Look how good that looks, right? Now, why isn't the giveaway thingy showing me what's going on? Giveaway. Yeah, grand. Okay, right. So the giveaway has started. Right, so let's go exploring, shall we? It's a very, very nice scenery, this. Now, I was talking to Robbie about this. Robbie, would you believe, he got inspired to create this scenery because he was checking out Jeppesen's work on Victoria Falls. That, by the way, it's a sprinkler! There's a sprinkler in the... Like, come on now, right? Let's check out the gardening. Yes, yes. Look at the detail on the friggin' bushes, look. Right. But anyway, light poles look very Eastern European.
Hey, good buddy.
Jesus! You'd have a job and a half scaling up to the ladder, wouldn't you? Do you like heights? Jay, imagine if this was your position. You're probably higher than the tower. You are higher than the tower. Brilliant. Someone rambled in there. Let me see. Whoever pressed the button, thank you very much, and you're welcome in. GL Robinson, thank you very much indeed. Look at the height we're at here, right? Get down. Right, let's go exploring, right? Look at the detail. And this is only like, we're only kind of scraping the surface. There's more sprinklers in the, look at that, lads. What Robbie was telling me anyway, he was inspired by Jeppesen 2001 when he built the Victoria Falls scenery add-on. And he said, do you know, I must build an airport for this region. And that's what we're looking at today. Now, bearing in mind, the scenery has been released, but it is being constantly developed and updated, right? That's for the VIP terminal. See, we already found where we go. Right, we go around the roundabout the wrong way. And here we have the drop-off and the bus area zone. And then we have the domestic terminal. But let's just check out the, do you know what I'm saying? We're just going to check out the place and the detailing that's here, right? So let's check it out. We're rambling this way. So here we have some figurines. Crossing of Chain Prohibited. Oh, Jesus, what if you couldn't read it? Although, look at this. That's Mr. Livingston. It is Dr. David Livingston, James Chuma, and Abdullah Susi. In honour of James Chuma and Abdullah Susi, steadfast guides who navigated uncharted territories with unwavering dedication, their indomitable spirits carved paths of discovery, leaving an enduring legacy of courage and resilience. May their guiding lights continue to inspire future generations to explore the unknown and embrace the transformative journey of knowledge and exploration. That's a nice touch right there, isn't it?
Hey, good buddy.
I didn't cross the chain. No, I didn't. I didn't cross it. Thank you for the subscribe. Country Bumpkin Simulation. That's a nice touch. Look at the detailing up here now. Look. The ATMs. Look at the detail. Nuts, right? Nuts. And we'll check out the night lighting here as well. It's gorgeous. Drop off, no parking, a penalty of 300 them fellas. That's the cost. Now you can see there's a number of custom vehicles all parked up here. BMWs, Land Rovers, Mercedes, the devil knows what, right? And now we're going to ramble up towards the main terminal, right? Look at this, look at the detailing. Livingston City Council, keep Livingston clean. Look at the grass and the custom vegetation and all that. Isn't it gorgeous? I think it's absolutely beautiful. So we're going to ramble over this way, right? And what I want to show you here, well, we've another phenomenal statue, right? Beautiful, in fact. So you can see that's now known as the Harry Mwanga International Airport, and we can learn all about him here. A revered Zambian statesman and advocate for justice and liberation. His enduring spirit inspires the pursuit of democracy, equality, and freedom. That's done really nice, isn't it? And check out this, lads. Let's have a look at the old... can you grab your 50 quid? I can. Look at the night lighting, lads. Isn't that quite beautiful? Isn't it quite beautiful? That's incredible. Right? There he is, in all his glory. Like, there's great detailing here, isn't there? Like, holy moly. Isn't that incredible night lighting? It is stunning. Like, absolutely stunning, right? But anyway, we'll make it back to daytime here for a minute. We'll check out more night lighting in a while, right? And, no, we don't need GSX. Way out of that garden, will you? Uh-oh. Flow is restarting. Right, we'll give Flow a couple of minutes to restart. I want to ramble down here because look at the detailing even on the buses, look. Right? I need to sneeze. Hang on. Gesundheit, me. Right, thank you, Flo. Dish, dish. There we go. And you still have loads of these, you know, the sprinklers in the water. There's loads of them, look. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Cleaned up on aisle 7. Look at the buses, look. Isn't that some detailing, isn't it? They're pandas now, you know. They're like the bear equivalent of a cow. I just thought it was awesome. Now we need to ramble in towards the airport because this is very, very important. There's one iconic piece of detailing here, ladies and gentlemen, that I thought I'd share with you. And if we look here in the garden as we walk over the bridge and look at the beautiful plants, the water, the sounds, right? The sounds, there's beautiful sounds, right? Well, I need to take you to over here, look. Because you need to see this. Now, if you listen very carefully, very, very carefully, you'll hear something insane. Just listen. It speaks to us. It's a Skoda Superb convertible. Now, Robbie, I have to ask, right? Who's the dude driving it? He's freaking ginger hair. I don't have ginger hair. I've, like, blonde hair, right? I've blonde hair, Robbie, not ginger, right? And then, what? Get out of town, will you? He even got me beard right because it's only partially growing. Ah, Jesus. That's brilliant, isn't it? That's just fantastic. And well, there's my t-shirt, right? Ah, this is ridiculous. I bet you regret joining the giveaway now. Look at this. 1,000 most famous quotes of Murph. That one nearly slipped out. What? When did I ever say that? Jesus. I might as well be in the pub. I've made it this far, do you know what I mean? Ah, that's brilliant. This is stunning, though. I mean, this is stunning. You know, right there. Limited hardback edition. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. I fell off. Well, no, I metaphorically fell off the chair.
I have
Yeah, when I saw this.
I've been drinking like a mad idiot.
Let's go into the airport. But like, straight away, isn't that class, isn't it? No, Murphy, it's terrible stupid. Stay in your Skoda. Shut up. It's class. Right, well, let's go in and explore, right? And look at the textures even. Look.
Can I get a refund?
The door just opened as I walked towards it, look. Right, let's get in here now. There's Paddy. He's playing with a car. Oh, there it is, look. Come back, you devil, you. Jesus. He has an RC car giving it socks. Drive it like you stole it, Vinton. Right? Details. So as we walk in, we want you safe. Thanks very much. Look at all the shops. Look at all the shops. Buy your wicker baskets. Fly smarter. Pro charter in Zambia. Hello, I'd like to book a flight, please. Then we have Europe car. Then we have It's Just Smart. You'll find me in here. Right? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Look at the detail. Anywhere chair backpack. It's a chair backpack. Get out of town. Isn't it brilliant, isn't it? Look how happy they are that they have a rechargeable car charger. Man, I need a rechargeable car charger in my life. It'll bring me happiness too. Brilliant. Go handy with that car, you, will you? Right, we ramble on this way, and, well, lads, just look at the detail in here. Right? Everything on the walls, the layout. We'll ramble over there now in a second. There's two lads having a chat. Flavors Cafe is upstairs. Oh, look, we have another shop here, look. What can you buy in this place? Sunshine balls. There's a train set on the ceiling. Okay, what can we buy? There's a doodle roll. Doodle roll. Strategio. Or Strategio. I like what you did there. Iran's that's very good. By Flyboy Simulations. Ages 10 up, scale 1 to 48. That's brilliant. Isn't that brilliant, isn't it? Blank slate. Ransom notes. Jesus. What's that? What's Catton? Trade bill settle. Interesting. Look at the details up here. Some familiar names. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Isn't that brilliant, lads, isn't it? That's really, really good. I'm loving that. That's so cool. Isn't it awesome? Okay, moving on. Safari ice cream. Lick it before it melts. Jesus, what's the price list? A signature sundae, $7.50. Oasis Delight. The detailing here is, what's this now? Safari ice cream, legal note. Hang on. Be it known that Safari ice cream, a distinguished purveyor of frozen delights, operate as a subsidiary of 61 Tree Studio. This declaration is issued to provide clarity and transparency regarding the corporate structure of Safari ice cream. This is brilliant. Look at the detail he's gone into. This is nuts. Corporate air. Oh, look, there's another ATM. There's the lads preparing for the game of rugby. Here's Zamtel. What are they doing there? Here's Mahogany Air. Really? Mahogany? Really? Hello? Oh, there's no one in here. Right. What's in here? Oh, that could be our new store. Oh, look, there's even clocks up here, look. Ah, lads, the clocks are friggin' animated. Hang on. 11:20. The clocks work based on the real time of day. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But it's brilliant. This is absolutely incredible. Here's the Finance Bank of Zambia. There's Zanaco. There's the Eco Bank and Invest Trust Bank. What am I on about now? Colonel Fork. Check this place out. Hang on a second. Warning, the wet floors in the jacks. Let's go into the jacks. He's modelled the jacks. Ah, brilliant. Jesus, you scared the life out of me. Look at that. Ah, that's fantastic. Brilliant. That's brilliant. How do you get away with that? Quite simple. How did they get away with that? That's absolutely brilliant. Hey, Whiteley, good to see you. Is there anyone on the jacks? Really, Big Al's? Really? Knock on the door? That's absolutely hilarious. What a statement. Look, they've modelled the jacks. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. More ATMs. Jesus. They've modelled the women's jacks as well. They have modelled the women's jack. No, you're not allowed in there, Murph. But wait, let's not have that conversation. Right. Let's go this way. Spend a penny. Right. No, I didn't peek into anywhere. We'll go upstairs in a second. Let's go into the, what's over here now? Departures, passenger screening, immigration, questions. Questions, yes. I have some questions. Look at the map here on the wall. Lads, this is absolutely friggin' ridiculous. There's a Kaharia t-shirt on a person. And Nightsep. Ah, brilliant. Look at that. That's fantastic. I love that. Jesus, he's out of love-hate. How are you? Oh, Nidge. It's Nidge. This fella's not impressed. He's like, you cannot do that. You must leave. Leave now. Get out, you devil. Jesus, he means all business and your man is having none of it, look. This is brilliant. You got in trouble the last time you went into the women's Jack Smurf, remember? Did I? I probably did, Gibbo, yeah. Oh wait, hang on, there's a chapel. We'll poke our head in the door. Jeez! Oh no, he's not, there is none. We're in the chapel. Ah, look at this. This is brilliant. Fancy light as well. Imagine if you're in the airport and you walked in and there was, like, you know... This is very detailed. This is ridiculous. What's down this far side? Hang on. There's no entry in here. Oh, really? But it looks like we can kind of see stuff. The baggage claim area with moving baggage, look. We'll go down that way in a second. There's more to see. This place is freaking huge. Upstairs now. Look at the fancy chairs. This is done really well. Robbie, this is a friggin' masterpiece. There's Billy. No, mates. How are you, Billy? You looking well? Nice tie. Oh, Jesus. Hang on. Is he conversing with us? It's like a job interview gone wrong. Coca-Cola. Here's a room of nothing. Jesus, Murph. Hang on now. Let's go into the room we're not allowed to go in. No entry, it's grand. We call security, right? Check this out. The baggage reclaim area. There's my case. That's my case. What else do we have? Robbie, I have to say, the frame rate is actually pretty good. I mean, I have no issues here at all. Lions and tigers and bears, Umai. Well, it's a tiger and a giraffe. What's in there? What are the pictures? What's that little devil? Is that like a gazelle or something? Jeez, the details on the wall even. Look, lads. That's incredible. This is done so well. Information! Yes, I have some questions. Jesus, there's more jacks in here, look. You didn't model these jacks as well, did you? He did. He modelled all the jacks. That's hilarious. Okay, let's have a look. And there's all airport ambience. There's all sounds here as well. All the reflections, look. The nurse's room. Hello, nurse. Report to sickbay. What's going on? Southern Province Minister. Please state the intent. Wait, hang on. Dr. Chilufia Sakala, senior consultant. Oh, she's not in. It could be him. Jeez, look at this. It's a total exploration of the place. It's in Livingston. Nurse in radiology. She checked out. They even have the nurse station, and we're in a nurse's station at an airport. This is absolutely incredible. Oh, Jesus, wear your safety vest. I don't have one. Baggage handling. So now we're on the air side. And look at the detail here. Look at the AC units are animated. This is ridiculous. It gives a bit of night lighting. Oh, yes. This is done very, very well, lads, isn't it? So we are doing a giveaway. For your chance to win a copy of this for the PC, just put in ! ticket. So here we have the fire and rescue area. And the fire truck is moving. He's backing it up. There's an ambulance. Ah, lads, this is an absolute work of art. Now, the fact that I changed the time of day, right? And I know he's going to be adding in the control tower stuff, although that looks pretty good to me. Jesus, look at the detail. This is ridiculous. Get out of the table, Murphy. I love ATC and I love coffee. I can do both. There's a 2024 calendar. There's a wedding on the 26th of July, Robbie. Whose wedding is that? Oh my lord, look at this. Briefing, discuss procedures and traffic, regular breaks and rest, adhere to scheduled breaks. As the detail in here is absolutely incredible. This is absolutely incredible. Jesus. It looks great. It really, really does. This is an incredible scenery. Like, what I love about this is it's not one of the most well-known areas, but you can absolutely go around exploring here. I mean, you can explore this place. And look, because the time of day has changed, all my shops are closed. Oh no! I wanted to go in and buy some ice cream, but I can't because they've closed it. Let's wait here until the following morning at 8 o'clock. The shops are opening! Ah, this is brilliant. Where would you get this? Hang on. Does my car light up at night time? I wouldn't say so. Jesus. Look at the billboards. What billboards, Kaharia? Which ones? When can we move in? Isn't it incredible? It's absolutely incredible. This is Livingstone Airport by 613 Studio. Oh, in the hall above the shop. Sorry, Kaharia. Yes. Oh, look! That's brilliant, isn't it? Paying homage to Jeppesen. That's incredible. Nicely done, Robbie. That's brilliant, isn't it? That's a nice touch, man. That's a nice touch. And Robbie was telling me Jeppesen gave him a lot of help designing this scenery, working out some of the kind of issues that he had. And not only is this airport absolutely insanely brilliant, right? But it is in very, very, very close proximity, if I can get me bearings, to down here, lads. And you might be saying, Murphy, what's down here? Well, I'll show you. Just a little bit away. If you have Jeppesen's Victoria Falls scenery, right, which is here. Now you're talking, right? So it's in this vicinity. It's right at Victoria Falls. Livingston, I presume. Indeed, Johnny Aardvark. I missed something. What did I find? What did I miss? So you can see that it links in so well with Jeppesen scenery. This is an absolute masterpiece. Go to the duty-free wing. Second now. Now, if I was duty-free, where would I live? Hang on, I need to slow down my camera. 1 second now. 1 second. 1 second. Don't mind the scenery. That's the or this. Don't mind the terrain sticking in. That's the duty-free wing. Is that down here, Kaharia? Oh. We were in there. Oh, we're in the duty-free. Oh, look at this. Jesus, this place is huge. Jack Daniels. Now, hang on a second. This is like my favorite shop in the world right now. Oh, look at the sunglasses. I don't believe it. He's even modeled the things on the sunglasses that move around. And I always break when you try to pick one up. This is incredible. It's incredible. Hendrix. There's Hendrix gin. And this is turning into the best trip ever, isn't it? Savannah. M&M's. Ah, lads, this is brilliant. All the shops here as well, look. All the friggin' postcards, look. The detailing here is astonishing. It's astonishing. Change nighttime to after 2200. Down at the duty free. At nighttime. Oh no! It's such a Wait, where's my hat? Whoop! Ah, yes! They locked me inside the duty free! It'll be grand, lads. I know what to do. Isn't that brilliant? Incredible stuff. Robbie, you have done such an incredible job here. Lads, what an airport. Like, what an incredible, incredible airport. Look at this down here, look. Hang on a second. Here's the bar. This is just fantastic. It really, really is. It's incredible. Tap to pay. Like, you talk about somewhere to go exploring. Look at all the figurines and stuff. They're daredevils. Do you ever see the price of these fellas? There's a fella sitting down. Jesus. He seems a bit upset about things. It's grand. Don't worry about it. What a masterpiece. What an absolute masterpiece. The burning question is, how much is a pint, right? Lads, this scenery, it's available right now on simmarket.com. You can pick it up there. And it'll set you back about 15 bucks. About 15 bucks. This is very, very impressive. This is incredible. It's incredible. So, we're currently doing a giveaway for your chance to win exclamation point ticket into the chat. And I want to give a huge thanks to Robbie for, well, let me showcase this thing. It's absolutely incredible. It really, really is. It's absolutely incredible. Right, so we're moving on. 15 bucks. They're really worth it, yeah. They really are. They really, really are. So I'm going to show you now, we'll go back to the airport, but I want to show you the TDS GTN XI 750. And then we'll finish up with a quick look at the A330 over an X-plane, right? So I'm sure there's a lot of people saying, Murph, what's the dealio with this aircraft, right? And well, I'll show you now in a second. So we'll just start off back in here and we'll load back in, right? Shoot the Bandit, good to see you, man. Welcome in. Wilex says, I don't normally fly down that way, but dang, I gotta have to start with scenery like that. Absolutely. You've missed some stuff, so people will have to find them out themselves. Yeah, awesome. Can you give away a pack of potatoes one time? For you, Hummingbird? Yes. Did you see my bitties? Hayden, did you throw bitties into the affray? I didn't see it. Hang on. Hayden, thank you very much indeed for the bitties. Very kind. Right, so the TDS. Let's have a look at it here now, right? So effectively what this is, it's a Garmin unit, but it uses the actual Garmin trainers. So the Garmin aviation trainers, these are official. These come with the product, and they are the official trainers of the GTN 750, the 650, and they'll even give you a 1060 in here as well, right? So if I power on the unit, avionics powering up, this gives you a full simulation of the real Garmin unit. That's what it does, right? And It's a training unit, a trainer. It's designed to teach you how to use the GTN 750 because there's a lot of features.
System test okay.
There's a lot of features with this, with the product in the real world. Okay. However, we don't need to worry about the demo mode. Not at all. We get to use the real deal, or at least in the simulator, right? So I have it installed. I'm going to activate it here. It works on a number of aircraft, including Coronados. I'm going to activate the GTN XI. So disappear that. Thank you, Coronado. I'm going to power up the battery, alternator, and we'll get our avionics turned on here as well. Because I want to show you this unit in action, right? Now, so when you turn it on, it'll say Navigraph database is current and your Navigraph charts are current. You could never do this before because the databases of these units, well, they were locked to Garmin and that was the end of it. You just couldn't do friggin' anything, right? But when we look at some of the features of this bit of kit, and I'll read from their website there now as well, right? So we're going to hit continue. Instrument panel self-test. It's doing all its stuff because it's simulating the real Garmin unit. It's a full one-to-one simulation of the actual unit, right? So it'll do its own TOS system test.
TOS system test okay.
Okay. And we have a whole load of options here. So let's go over to the developer's website and have a quick gawk. So the Pro version. We are pleased to announce the release of the TDS GTN XI Pro, which includes full Navigraph support for nav data and charts. The GTN XI is a natural evolution over the old GTN series GPS navigators. So it tells you what about. Ultra high resolution mapping, terrain information, features, water bodies, political borders, roads, cities. All the nav data that you're used to, including airports, waypoints, VORs, NDBs, airport diagrams, fully updatable navigation database via Navigraph. You do need the paid Navigraph subscription. That's important. But if you have Navigraph, which you should, well, it works now with this, right? Now, when it comes to the information on the Pro upgrade, it's a GTN 750, and you probably have an idea of what the thing can do. There's a number of features that are active on the TDS version that wouldn't be active on the PMS version, for example. Okay? Both are very, very good, but this one is closer to the real world counterpart. That may not, it may not be of interest to you. Maybe you don't need to have this, right? But the PMS GTN 750, it's more, for me, I think it's just more hard, rough and ready, pick it up and go. This one, you can delve into it a bit more. But anyway, updatable Navigraph database, worldwide fully updatable. Always fly using the navigation data, keeping the database in sync, and you can update with your Navigraph charts. Now, there's a price for this. So you can purchase it now for €64.95. A one-off cost, it's $65 to buy this gadget. That's the Pro version. Yeah? If you already have this product, well, you can get the upgrade to Pro for $24.95. So it's an extra $25. So they're charging you 25 quid for their own product.
Can I get a refund?
By getting Navigraph in there. What do we think on that? Is that a good... There's no doubt development has gone into this, but to sell it at that price, I don't know. If we were to look at the PMS 50, for example, PMS 50, there we go. If we were to look at this one, their GTN, and what it can and what it can't do, right? Navigraph is already included with this. And they have a free version. Now, it's minimum, but it's free. If we have a look to see, well, what works, right? So you look at the free version, all the stuff you get. When it comes to the premium version, well, this is where you have your Navigraph. Yeah? It also has traffic, terrain, weather. There's a whole lot of stuff on the Pro version. Now, if you were to say, okay, well, how much is the Pro version? The premium version, right? How much is it? Activation license for premium. You can buy it 1 year for €20 or lifetime for €50. So you can see the difference in pricing. Right, you can see the difference in pricing. The PMS 50 is a cheaper alternative. However, the GTN 750, it's not following it's very close to it, but it doesn't follow the exact simulation that you get from Garmin. The TDS one, it comes with the Garmin trainers. So, let's go in and have a look. What can the machine actually do? So we'll have a look. Thank you very much. Let's look at, well, we'll go to the map. So go through all our options here. So this is showing me here on the ground at Livingston. And let's look at our menu here and what we can do. Topography, airways, we can show all of them or none of them. Terrain, we can put it in. Charts, map setup. So we have all these options. And if you notice, the fluidity and the FPS of the unit, it's simulated exactly like the real world unit, right? Traffic layer, weather layer. Now, there's no weather. It cannot use weather. It doesn't even look at the flight sim weather. However, we can put in VR and all this sort of or METARs and all this sort of stuff, right? So terrain we leave off, change user fields. These are all fairly basic. So Connext, METAR, no data. It can't connect to any of those yet, unfortunately, right? Okay, we'll go back here now. We've other buttons here, look. We can go map, your comm frequencies. These are all touch panels. All the options for your radios. Playback control, how loud you want it, and so on. Can't hear it. Older recordings. I don't know if they work. Maybe they don't work. Cabin speaker. All your options when it comes to your comms. What else do we have here? Intercom, that's grand. Your transponder, that works well. Your flight ID, so you can actually change that because it's sending that information through its ADSB. What else do we have? That's an additional feature. Let's look at the traffic. So yeah, it'll look at your traffic. So it's saying ADS is on, TCAS is open, altitude normal. We can go in and change a couple of options in here as well. Yeah, it looks nice. The terrain map, same crack again. And you have something different here. See the way it's showing you the obstacles on the map? I'm unsure does the PMS 50 won't show you that. We can also show a flight plan or legend. We can test the TAWS and TAWS inhibit. Turn all that stuff off if we wish. And you can change the layout from a 360 or an arc, just showing you what's in front of the aircraft. And we can change the range, go all the way in, all the way out. Pretty handy. Moving on. Weather. Unfortunately, it just ain't there. Even the radar isn't there. Put in test mode, do a test. Ground mode, put in ground. But I don't think the weather stuff works. I don't think it does, right? Moving on. Your charts. So you have your integration with Navigraph, so it's reading your charts. And this is really handy because, I mean, it becomes a touch screen. I mean, you can move your chart all the way around. There's your aircraft. Go into the menu, invert the colors if you want to fly at nighttime. There's nice kind of stuff you can do here, yeah? Put it back into a split screen, and you can change all your charts. You can go in and say, right, what's your airport? Find me whatever charts, info charts, minimum ops, departures. We can open up these. These are all your departures. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff there, right? So the charts integration, it's flawless. It works brilliantly. Your flight plan, again, we can put stuff in. You can add in your waypoints. It's fairly straightforward. You do have flight plan options. Go to your menu. Catalog, it'll find your old ones. You can store one. Parallel track, which is handy. VNav, and you can preview it. If you get to VNav, same crack again. You can put in your constraints. You can put in your target altitude, so on and so forth. Okay. Your procedures, again, that comes down to your mainly following your charts. Nearest airport, intersection, VOR, VRP, visual reference point. Depends if the data is there. There's nothing there within 200 meters. There's a few others. So nearest ARTCC. Need to read up on that. This is, I think, flight service information. There's also stuff here to do with ATC, but we can look up weather frequencies as well. So there's the ATIS for Victoria Falls. Now, there's no ATIS for Victoria Falls. I've no ATC running, but you get the idea, right? Services. Phone, it's only for show. SMS, music, contacts, position reports, automatic reporting, send report. You can mess around with them. Utilities. Your VNav calculations, trip planning, fuel planning, timers, schedule messages. So you can tell the thing, hey, remind me every 10 minutes to change B fuel tanks. right? Wind data is there as well. In the systems, it gives you the simulation of, well, that's just your nav data. The GPS, it gives you the simulation of your GPS, all the satellites that's being tracked. You can go into your setup. It's highly customizable. Units, audio, backlight alerts, and page shortcuts. You can edit all of those. And then we have emergency mode. Smart Glide. Now, Smart Glide is a feature of this GTN. You can put this thing in Smart Glide. Basically, if you're flying along, right? I'll show you. If you're flying along and your engine decides to cut out, but even if it doesn't, so as we're flying along, right? Do you see this gadget appearing on the map now, right? This is showing us at this current speed and power setting, that's going to be where the aircraft can glide to. You guys see that? Now, I'm a north up kind of guy, so you just have to like... So see this weird blue, this teal line? This is to do with this glide safety thing, right? So if I was to say, right, look, put me into emergency mode, Smart Glide, activate it. This is showing me where my aircraft could fly if I kill the power. It's showing you a glide. This is a huge thing for real world pilots. It gives you a visual reference of what's going on around you. Not only that, but it's going to give you terrain alerts and warnings of what's in the area. Isn't that pretty cool? So that is a nifty feature of this bit of kit. It's a nice touch. See the way it has flight plan unavailable, Smart Glide is active. So it has us in emergency glide. No airport. Look at that. It's like, it's put you into like squawk mode. And if you look what the aircraft is doing, it's trying to maintain a glide itself. It's trying to glide you. Pretty cool, right? Now we can cancel the glide. And now if we look at the aircraft, she'll probably want to hunker down. So it's a neat little feature. And meanwhile, you could be flying with that on your map all the time, just to give you an idea. If you're in trouble, well, this is where your aircraft is going to end up. I mean, that's basically what it does, yeah? So if you want, I think it boils down to this, lads, right? If you want a GTN that follows closer to the official Garmin units, well, I think the TDS solution is what you're looking for. And I will say they have done something quite incredible by managing to get the Navigraph databases to update Garmin's databases. It's a huge achievement, and I think it's brilliant. However, bearing in mind, if you go for the TDS Garmin unit, you must install the Garmin trainer. That's a couple of gigs of space, and it runs in the background. It doesn't have any impact on your sim. I haven't noticed any impact. And of course, just like PMS50's solution, you can show the interface, and if you wanted to, you can actually pop this panel out and use it on any aircraft. You can use it on any aircraft, which is handy. So it's in gauge mode. See that? Because it's in the aircraft. But if you have an aircraft that doesn't have it, that's totally fine too. It'll just appear on the screen. You can move it onto another screen, which is handy. However, if you want the lighter install, slightly cheaper price, that has a lot of the features that you're going to need, well then the PMS50 GTN, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. I still think this is a massive development from TDS to be able to get this working, to get this onto the Navigraph train or onto the Garmin trainer with the Navigraph databases. I think this is friggin' huge. It's massive, do you know? And it's great to see that they can like. I don't know how long those trainers are going around. It's got to be 15 years. It's never been able to be done before. As I said, I have the Reality XP GTN units back in X-Plane, and you're stuck with old nav data. The only way to update it, you had to like buy the official update from Garmin, And like, I think that was like $1,000.
Hello there.
You know what I mean? But yes, Tachi Draco, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. So I think it's huge. I think it's huge. So great news from TDS. Again, both units work really, really well. You will not be upset with either or. You just won't be. They're both excellent units. Which one would I recommend the most? It's very difficult to say. The PMS one is cheaper. It has one or two more kind of creature comforts built into it. It connects to the sim to show a bit of weather, mainly rain. The TDS one, if you're looking for that deep dive of immersion, this thing follows the actual Garmin unit. The PMS one, although it's very good, doesn't. And that's the difference, you know? Yeah, and Derpix 100%. For realism, the TDS literally being the real thing. That's the difference. PMS, it does a great job, imitating it, but the TDS is following the actual Garmin trainer. It is the Garmin trainer. You know what I mean? But both products are very, very good. This one probably a little bit more bells and whistles, and it behaves exactly like the real world counterpart. Exactly like it. But as I said, there's a couple of other kind of creature comforts in the PMS 50. For example, it'll show you what ATC stations on VATSIM or IVAO are active, and it also has a comprehensive checklist section that you can pop in your checklists. So they have creature comforts built into it. But if you want pure realism, that's your guy. That's your guy right there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Right, so that be it for our Microsoft Flight Simulation. We're going to head over to X-Plane now. Quick reminder, we're going to announce the winner in a couple of moments. We're giving away a copy of 613 Studios Livingston Airport. We were looking at it here a moment ago. Absolutely freaking insane, lads. Insane. But I want to just show you a very brief look at how X-Plane is getting on when we're looking at the default aircraft. It's a default aircraft, and it's that of the Airbus A330. And I'm interested in the A330 because, we're waiting for the decent one to come out. Sorry, I say a decent one. We have a decent one with the headwind solution, but I'm looking for a fairly decent A330 in Microsoft Flight Sim, which we were told was coming from Aerosoft, but I think they put the brakes on that for the moment. So we have to wait and see, right? So we'll exit the sim. Thank you, Microsoft. That was great fun. And let's have a look at X-Plane here now. And we'll have a little gawk at this, right? Now, X-Plane 12, I'm waiting on them to release the beta for X-Plane 12.10 because that's coming with some new enhanced features, visual ones at that as well. But in terms of being a very strong, stable simulator, for the most part stable, it's a very, very good option. And there's certain things in X-Plane that X-Plane does very well, and there's of course certain things in Microsoft. Now, I suppose where everyone is at, with the release of the Phoenix Block 2 update, I'm left scratching my head thinking, how on earth, are people going to get to that standard? I don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't, right? So let me see. I'm just going to go with this Air Canada livery. We'll start off at Dublin, and I just want to show you just how the aircraft's getting on, Can we get the airport, a copy of the airport minus the Skoda? No. In actual fact, you get 2 Skodas. You will actually get 2 Skodas. Brilliant. So, let me see. Your last chance, lads. Exclamation point ticket to be in with a chance to win Livingston Airport. Thanks to 613 Studio. And we'll close this up here now in a moment, because I fully appreciate X-Plane may not be your bag. And I don't want to keep you here any longer than you need to be. So, entries have been closed. Are we ready? Drum roll, please, maestro. And the winner. It says winner was picked. Eagle Airways, you are the winner of one copy of the 613 Studios Livingston Airport. Congratulations. All you need to do, drop me a DM over on Discord, and we'll get you sorted. And by the way, anyone who's new here, we do have a fantastic Discord community. Exclamation point Discord into the chat, and that'll bring you a link to where it is. So Eagle Airways, congratulations, you've won yourself a copy of the scenery. And to our members, in our members channel back on Discord, we'll have a giveaway later on as well. Thank you guys for all the support. So we're just waiting on the sim to load here now, because I'm using the auto ortho. And I just want to show you a quick look at this aircraft. I'll get it into some bit of action and depart just to give you an idea of what it's all about, right? And let's see what happens here. So who here uses X-Plane? Or who is on the fence thinking, should they purchase X-Plane? Right? So we'll have to wait and see. So the competition has now closed. Well done to Eagle Airways. X-Plane? Never heard of it. X-Plane 12. Yeah, X-Plane 12. So a few people use it, yeah. And I'm really looking forward to the update. Johnny Aardvark has enough sims. Johnny Aardvark, do you actually have the sims? No need for 2 sims unless Microsoft Flight Sim does a combat sim again. All we can do, Scott, is live in hope. Come on, will you? Prepare the world. So this is a default aircraft in X-Plane 12. Right? By the way, lads, if you're subscribed on Twitch to the channel, or you're a member over on YouTube, if you're on Discord, make sure to sync your account, because if members get access to other channels on our Discord, but you have to be a member to access them, right? Right, here we go. So this is the Airbus A330, a default aircraft with X-Plane, and it was a new release. Jesus, the weather. It was a new release. We'll change this now. VFR scattered. There we go. So, yeah, it was a new release with X-Plane 12. A default A330, right? And we can see from it, it is very, very nice indeed. There's a lot of detail with the aircraft. We'll zoom in here, get a closer look. Jesus. How long has it been since I used these controls? But I just want to kind of show you around. Look, very pretty, isn't it? I mean, like, the detailing here in the gear. Don't mind the jaggedness with the shadows and all that. That's just X-Plane. They're fixing all that. It's taking some time, that's all. Like, looking around the aircraft itself, this is a beautiful livery, by the way. There's a lot of detail on this. Look at this, right? So the Airbus A330 300 variant, right? And like, the point to make, this is a default aircraft in X-Plane. She's default. So it's you get this free with the sim. In here now, just have a look at the details of the engine look. Like, these are photoreal textures. They're done very, very well. I have to say, they're done very well. Look at that, lads. Isn't that stunning? I sometimes jump off the cliffs in Skyrim. Yes, Nightsep. Yes, that absolutely counts. So, great detail on the engines, great details on the landing gear. Overall, there's great details on this default aircraft. It's done very, very well, right? You can see up the front here. It's very, very nice, right? Who is this? Thank you very much indeed for the follow. Welcome in. And like, you know, attention to detail, Bridgestone on the tires, the whole shebang. It's done quite nice. You kind of ramble over this way a bit. Look in toward the cockpit. There's some beautiful details here on this aircraft. They've done a great, great job, and there's a ton of liveries that you can pick up, so on and so forth, right? It kind of hurt, but I finally uninstalled DCS, just can't maintain multiple sims. DCS, not an easy one. So this is the view inside the cockpit, and you probably, by looking at it, lads, well, it looks very nice. It looks very, very nice. Now, we're absent any kind of, you know, fancy tablets or whatever else. However, you could use the Avi tablet, right? You know, that's in a plugin up here somewhere. Avi tab, toggle the tablet. So you have your tablet if you need it, right? Aircraft, manuals, all that jazz. That's where they go, okay? But in terms of getting the aircraft set up, I'm just going to get the aircraft set up, push back and take off because it's impressive. So onto our overhead, we're going to go with our batteries and have a listen. This is a focus on the sounds and all this sort of jazz. And it is a proper layout of an Airbus A330. Hammy hasn't loaded in. What? You haven't loaded DCS in over a year. What? Jesus. Right, so we need to turn on the batteries. Here they are. For a second, I almost forgot where they were. Batches 1 and 2. Now you'll notice there's a ton of systems turned off. We need to turn them all on, right? And we'll go for ground power. And you'll notice the difference. You don't instantly get that power. This takes a little bit of time to warm up. So while we're waiting, we're going to turn on all these switches. Airbus likes the lights out sort of a system. You know what I mean? Right. Fuel. Nice. APU battery, bus ties, stick them on. APU gen, stick them on. Galley power, commercial power, gens. Have all these ready to go when we need them. ISO valves, flight controls. Cabin fans. Turn on all your stuff. It's an Airbus system. It'll look after everything itself. And emergency lights. Go ahead and arm them. So now we sit and wait for the gadget to start warming up, right? And you'll notice it only has very, very basic operation. Very, very basic operation. Takes a while for the systems to start warming up, all right? So we'll jump down here to our MacDo's and let me see, initialization. So we're going to say Dublin to Dublin. Why not? Let's confuse the bejesus out of it. What's Air Canada's code, lads? Is it CDN? Does anyone know Air Canada's ICAO code? ACA? That's not the aircraft. That's a friggin' gadget out over here, look. There's an ATR spinning up. So I'm using Just Flight's traffic add-on for X-Plane. Which just actually got an I'm dumping files. It just got an update, funny enough. And I'm on the ground here at a Payware Dublin Airport, which has done very, very well, I have to say. It's done very well. It's a great rendition of the airport, isn't it? Show you, look. This is where Adam Controls sits. Adam Controls. Dish. Right, zoom in here now. Look at the state of this, lads. Isn't it pretty? This is from Boundless, this scenery. And it's done very, very well. We're in the tower. Like, you can see the differences, like, in terms of texturing and how everything looks. They're like The Office. You can see all the differences in textures and how the sims are kind of showing themselves off. You know what I mean? But in terms of an airport, there's a lot of detail here for Dublin. It's done very, very well. It's a great rendition of the airport. Anyway, I'm waiting on my systems to come alive. We have sounds, but nothing yet. Master switch coming on. Nav and logo light to 1. Am I missing anything? I forgot those switches as well. Right, start the APU. Why isn't my ground power giving me power up here? I do know it takes a few minutes to warm up though. You have 3 MacDo's, 3 of them, right? But anyway, we continue on to do what we're doing. Flight number is grand. So what are we? ACA 235. Let's go with that. Cruise flight temperature. I will just call it flight level 10. We're only going out for a quick spin. Let me see here now. So 0 fuel weight. Let's go in 12.1 for the crack. I can hear power coming alive. I heard a big loud beep. Do you hear the big loud beep? So that's power starting to come into the system. It's quite different than what we're used to. Has anyone landed on the new runway in Ireland yet? Is it as rough as the old one? Oh no, butter smooth. Taken off in it plenty of times, landed once I think. Yeah, no, it's butter smooth. So here's our MacDo's finally turning on. See how long that took? It takes some time, right? Okay, so we've power coming into the aircraft now, which is great. Block fuel. Jesus. Where's my fuel? 5.4 or is it 54? Let's go 5.4. Okay. Performance. That's grand. Flight plan. Don't need to worry about any of that at all, lads, because all is well in the realm, right? So let me go in here now. So we're going to say APU. And like, you have a lot of systems modeled with the default aircraft, yeah? So APU is available. We'll come on up here and we'll go APU bleed on. You can hear the fans. So it's doing its thing, right? It's doing its thing. What else do we want to do? Seatbelts. No smoking. Nav light is already on. Beacon light can come on. Jetway is starting to move away. Your man is as loud as bejesus. You can hear our APU running. And you get the nice visual effects here as well, yeah? So that's doing a good job. Right, so let's have a look here. We want to do a pushback and then start. So better pushback. Haven't used you in I don't know how long. Pre-planned pushback. How do we do this now? Better pushback. Pre-plan. Why can't I see the plan? Alright, let's see what happens here. And why do you need to fix that? Or do you know what could be wrong? I could be using another gadget here as well. Okay, let's see what happens. Right, pushback wants to be straight, right? Just go to start pushback.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Do you know what that was? Yeah, but look, it's not working though. I can't see the gadget. Let's accept. That was tight shove. That was cat straighter, by the way. I don't know what's wrong with this. That's not the aircraft now. Pre-plan, connect tug first.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Nice, okay. So hopefully now the thing will come in. Here's our tow truck. Huzzah. Right, Zep, you take care of my dude. Alright, so it's a very quick look at this, right? He's going to connect up. What else do we need to do down here now? We can go ahead and arm our brakes. Oh. How do we... Spoilers armed. How does one arm them? Interesting. We're with that now in a minute. Go ahead and clear this. We'll just put in something achy-uppy. Auto, floodlights. Oh, check out the lighting actually. The lighting's quite nice.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
I do miss Cat Strater. Anyone watch Cat Strater back in the day? Your son forced you to try on his Crocs. What? So it's like GSX, but it's, you know what I mean? Right, we'll let it do the thing. Let it do it the thing. I don't know what the local barrow is here in Dublin. Doesn't matter. Right, seatbelts, APU has started. APU is already running. That's all fine. Engine page will be going on to next. Emergency landing gear. Don't need to worry about that. Auto brake. Set that to max. Can we just get a push? Start.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Yeah, I think this is bugged. Okay, not to worry. Map mode, Murphy. We'll do it the old-fashioned way, look. Where's me plane? Bring me back from the gate. Thank you. Get rid of the map. Disconnect the tug.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Alright, do your thing. Right, let's go for a start, shall we? So, engine, ignition start, number 2. And let's have a listen, right? And do you know what I should do? Make it nighttime. Because this sim is just insanely pretty at nighttime. Very bright though. Right. Light them up. So sounds are good, right? There goes the tug. Have a listen to the sounds, right?
And we're disconnected. Signaling pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
That didn't scare the crap out of me at all. Right. Engine 2 is still coming up. One now, you devil. Now you're talking. Do. Like, she's so much more different than what we're used to with the Phoenix. Okay, left coming up.
Hello there.
Deejing, good to see you. Airlock, you take care. Robbie, you take care. Sounds are good, lads. And the point I'm making here is, right, this is a free aircraft. It's a default airplane in X-Plane. It's done very, very well, right? Can we make life look a little bit interesting here? Hang on now. VF4 broken. Gives a bit of rain here. Look. Rain. Precip. Have it lashing. Now you're talking. Look at the state of this, right? Light. So nav wing lights are on. Runway turn off. Taxi light. Put them on. That's all looking good. Dome should be off. Why are the bleeds not running? Power idle. Okay, engines are working. Go back to APU. APU bleed off. Master switch off. Sounds are incredible, aren't they? Right, so flaps. We're going to go park and brake off. Start a taxi. Jesus. Okay, so look, it thinks I'm connected to this stupid pushback. Well, then isn't that just the devil altogether? This is borked. I need to turn stuff off. Stupid thing. Better pushback. You're absolutely drunk and not working. Turn you off. Thank you. What the hell? Right. Really? Just drive into the thing. It usually works. So better pushback is supposed to be free? This thing is like beyond drunk. What else do I need to turn off? Isn't this handy that you can turn things off? Better pushback is off. Ground handling off. Jesus. Sam off. Are we finally fixed? I think we're fixed. Yeah, we're finally fixed. Jesus. Better pushback usually works great. I agree. So we're just going to do a blast off of 28 left here. Jesus, with thunder and lightning and everything.
Can I get a refund?
Yes, yes. I will be issuing refunds. Okay. The lighting in X-Plane is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Like, it's absolutely stunning. Why is me screen all kind of shagged? Are we gonna fit there? Just about. Just about. Let's check on my lights here. Am I missing something? Lights, let's see. That's all good. That's all good. The wipers work. You guys see that? It's clearing the rain off the screen. We really need this in Microsoft, right? Integrated lighting, put them on, right? Why don't I have lights up here? There we go. Jesus, didn't know what was going on there. Right, driver on. Spoilers need to be set to armed. I can't arm them. Should probably scream at us on takeoff, but it's fine, right? Isn't that gorgeous looking? Look at the state of this. Talk about immersion, right? Okay, got our land lights on. Strobes. From outside. Make sure we don't, you know what I mean? All is clear. It looks clear. Are we clear there, lads? We are. Yeah, we're clear, Murphy. Go on, go for it. Right. Onto the active we go. Now we might get an alarm, but don't worry about it. Look at that for timing. Hang on. Girl up, you devil.
Hello there.
Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you're keeping well. I'm here showing off the default A330 in X-Plane 12 for the sheer crank of it. Because it looks pretty good, right? I mean, look at the state of this. Departure out of Dublin. That's a steep climb. Easy now. I mean, like, it looks impressive, lads, doesn't it? Rapenza, I hope you had a great stream, mate. Welcome in, and welcome everyone. Hope you're all very, very well indeed. I mean, you know what I mean, though. Look at that. Let me mug out of the... You don't need to be seeing things like this. Isn't that something? Let's do a flyby. Oh, behave. It's absolutely incredible, right? So make it daytime so we can actually see what's happening. Look at the FX on the, or the visual effects on the wings. Been really thinking about getting an X-plane. I think this confirms the purchase. So Rapunzel, this is a default aircraft. This comes with the thing, right? And like, there's nothing in this. There's nothing that you can see on my screen that's an aftermarket product. What you see here, default, bar that scenery, and you know the satellite terrain, because that's ortho for XP. But don't mind that now. We're in the suit.
Hello there.
But like, this is a default aircraft. This is before you even have to start worrying about, you know, the payware aircraft. You can have a lot of fun with these default ones, you know? It's very impressive, it really is. Sounds are great. Like, again, right, let's just see, we're gonna pop through the clouds here, but like, we'll have a listen, right? We're just about to break 10,000 feet. Speed is very low, so let's fix that. And yes, visually, at times, you're like, ugh, you know. I mean, look at the vapor coming off the wings, look. Like, it's done really well. But once I pop through the clouds here, how can I do this? Murphy, just change the clouds. Ah, you see what I did there? Right? Holy crap, that was loud. So I'm using Auto for XP. That's giving us all the satellite coverage on the ground, right? But I think it's done. It's like it's coming along, and like this is before, you know, the latest beta of X-Plane comes out, which is going to enhance the visuals even further. There's also a slight learning curve for installing add-ons. Not much though, not much. What's she giving out about me? Overspeed. Oh, Jesus, look, we're overspeed. Why are we overspeeding? Right, like for example, right, if you want to throw in a plugin or an add-on into X-Plane, I'll show you this briefly, just to give you an idea, right? So, similar to Microsoft, my X-Plane install, you open up X-Plane, your aircraft goes into the aircraft folders, your plugins go into a resource plugins folder, your scenery goes into your custom scenery folder. So like it makes sense. Aircraft is aircraft, scenery is scenery, and if you want the plugins like your better pushback or all that jazz, well, that goes into your plugins. And it's a drag and drop. A lot of the third-party stuff, they have their own installers, and they're really, really good. Like, they're really good. Look at the state of this now. Like, it just looks nice.
Hello there.
Talk to Gamer, good to see you. And like, here's the thing, right? This is the default aircraft of an A330, but X-Plane is home of what's called the Zebo mod. The Zebo mod is, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, the best 737 simulation in a flight sim. It just is. Do you know what I mean? There's so many features with it, you know? So yeah, so the sounds of the engines, let's have a listen here. We'll bring them to idle. Now we have all the wind noise. And then we'll rev them up again. I don't know how well you can hear them, but you can really hear them. Yeah, the Tolus is awesome. Let's do something quickly. I don't know is the 737 working, but let's see, can we put in the Zebo mod? Would you be interested to see that? Here's a 4K one. Do we have Ryanair? We should have Ryanair, right? And let's just have a look at this for the sheer crack of it. This may not work. If it doesn't, I'll do some other day for you. 110 left. 110 right. Let's see if this works with the Zebo mod. If you've never seen the Zebo mod, right? And of course, Tolus have some amazing Airbus aircraft in there as well. I mean, you have your, the A319, the 321, the 340 is in there, right? SSG doing all right, 747. I think the other one, I forget the name of the developer. He does a 747 Classic. That's beautiful. The Concorde is, my head is lost in it. But yeah, the 7.4 is really, really nice. And of course, they have the MD-11 as well. Rotate, the MD-11, incredible. Jerky Jacko, yeah. And version 2 of the Flight Factor 777 is on the way. Like, that's a short final. That's coming out very soon. I imagine they want to try and beat PMDG to that release. But let's just see if the Zebo mod works here. I just want to give you an overview of what it can actually do. And again, right, the visuals... Microsoft Flight Sim always puts a smile on my face because it's just so good looking. It just is. But X-Plane, it's at times you're like, Jesus, that does look good. That's the only comparison you can ever make, Felis, that's the one, actually, yes. Flight Factor, I'm a bet, will be better than PMDG's. But Flight Factor always had kind of, they've always been kind of unique, Is the 777 not coming out this weekend? Boss man, that's breaking news. I didn't hear about that, man. All right, so. Oh, Jesus, I've no views or anything set up. Bear with me now, lads. Bear with me. Why aren't my views saved? Really? None of my views? Okay, hang on. I'm going to quickly do this. The beauty thing about X-Plane, you can mirror your controls that are in Microsoft Flight Sim. How friggin' handy is that? Let's see here now. Just bear with me now for a second. Just get a couple of views set up so I can actually use the thing. I don't need FX Realistic. FX Realistic. Turn that off. Here we go. Now, MacDo's I need. Or MacDo's, do you hear me? Jesus, the FMS. And we do have a tablet. What? Yes, we have a tablet. Now, is this installed correctly? Back. Home. Yes. Right, okay. So here's the Zebo mod. It's a 737-800 NG and it is free. This is a free aircraft. It's a study level simulation of a Boeing 737, which is free. Where in the name of all would you get it? Right? You get an X-plane. Oh wait, hang on. We have to set up a wing view. Jesus, Murph. Hang on. Whoa. Hang on. We're into the cabin. Look at the cabin, lads. Look at the absolute friggin' state of this cabin. Isn't it only gorgeous? Now, I need a view. There's Austin. There's Austin in the plane. I want a view out here somewhere. Hang on a second now. Yes. Getting close here now. Do one of these. Across the road here now. And we'll go down a little bit further. Ah, yes. Setting up wing views. That's not even great. Hang on. Is there another way I can do this? I used to do this the old way. If you kind of, you can kind of sneak the system and kind of get out the door a bit. Jeez. Say nothing now, lads. I just get out the door a bit. Ah, now you're talking. Hang on now, hang on now. And if we get down by the window and we make it look close, now you're talking. Right, there's number 8. Jesus. Hang on now, we just need to get across to the far side of the plane. Nothing to see here, lads. All is well. I'm just setting up some nice wing views. Oh, Jesus, that's too far. Hang on now. Hang on now. That'll do, right? That'll do. And we can hear all these sounds because we'll just open up my door. But check out the PA system, right? So we can say PA settings, what do we want? So have a listen to some of these, right? So I want announcement set. That should be Ryanair. Ryanair, okay? Now, welcome aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of all the crew, welcome aboard this flight.
Nice. Flight deck is in, correct. Right, so let's see, can we start powering up this aircraft? So we're going to say battery on. Emergency lights, go ahead and arm them. What else do we need to turn on here? Go ahead and get a fuel pump turned on. We can get our logo light turned on. Anti-collision light can be turned on. Engines, leave them alone. No smoking light coming on. Electric pumps, turn them on. That's looking okay here now. Get the panel light. Jesus. Get the panel light turned on there, Murphy. And we're going to go for a start of the APU. So wait for a low pressure warning. There it is. APU, give it a hold. 2 seconds, APU is starting to spool. And again, you'll hear all the sounds. Everything's done so well. Nice. This is the Zebo mod. Zebo mod, right? Right, go back here for a minute. I'm gonna start the flight leg. Ground services. I need to close my doors actually. Ground services. Next, configure, customize. No. Where's my doors? Ground services. Doors. Close. Right, cabin is closing. Passengers are in the aircraft. Got some traffic here now as well. Right. How's my APU? You're looking good? APU bleed? APU gens. Okay, get the bleeds on. Calm the passengers down. And what else do we need to do? Yaw dampener. Rest of our fuel pumps turned on. I do need to do a little bit in the MacDo. Let's go in. The MacDo. It's an FMS, Murphy. They'll shoot you for that. Shh, shh. It's grand. Next page, GPS. We'll grab that one. Pop her in. Route is going to be Dublin. Reference airport, Dublin. We are on 1110. Route is going to be Dublin. And we'll go to Dublin. And that'll do. Next page, no. Departure and arrival. Departure will say Dublin 28 right. Go ahead and enter that into the route. Activate and execute. Let me see here now. Initialization, that's okay. What else do we need to do? Route is grand. Performance, 0 fuel weight. Reserves, 1. Cost index, 1. We're going to make it scream. That can go in. Unable cruise, that's totally fine. Next. I don't want to derate it. Flaps 5. Counterbalance. Oh jeez, where did we get that? Okay, it doesn't like the cruise altitude, so we better change that. Bum 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 ba da ba. No, go back. Verify speed takeoff. Yep. Okay, that'll do. Cancel, cancel. What else now we want to do? Lights. Yes, we need some lights. So do and some lights and some lights and some lights. Go ahead and turn these on. Let's pretend that's real. Engine start switches, they're all okay. This is all looking good. Onto our MCP. Go ahead and get your flight directors turned on. 50,000 feet. Would you get out of town, will you absolute mad thing, you? That's not going to get up to that height, but don't worry about that for the moment. About 200 knots up here will do us. Get our weather. Get our... Barrow should be okay. Map has failed. Have a listen to the cabin announcements.
Some of the safety features on this Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Please remove headphones during this demonstration.
Yes! What else? Why has that failed? My TCAS. How long does it take these to align? Cabin lighting. You can do a whole load of stuff. Better pushback. I'm afraid of me life to use it. Pre-plan. Terminate. Let's not play with that again because it's shagged. Ground services. Set chocks. Remove chocks. Chocks removed. Let's go into our settings here. Avitab ground services checklist. Wait, services. Next page. Realism. Align time short. Tire blown. Advanced physics. So you can blow the tires on this, right? FMC input lag. No, we don't want that. Back. Visual effects. So windshield effects should be just on, I think. Windshield reflections on. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Show FPS error. No. Flight director helper. No. That's all okay. Gender configuration. That's all okay. Display variants. Look at this, right? We can really get met. So the winglet, it can be the blended one. It can be the blended one, right? Or it could be the split one. That's nice, isn't it? We'll keep it blended. Air stairs, yes. Satcom, why not? Landing lights, LEDs, yes. Landing pulse light, no. Like, there's loads of options, right? Loads of options. Now, why isn't this IRS aligning? How long are you going to take? 4 minutes? Come on, we're not waiting 4 minutes. You mad? Let me see. Realism. Align time. We're not just doing instant. There's a way we could do that before, wasn't there? Like, the amount of friggin' system failures you can put in here. Right, okay, let's see what happens. I think I clicked no winglets. Jesus, got rid of me winglets. Can't be having that. Systems. Callouts, autoflight, displays, FMS. You have so many options here, it's ridiculous. Right, we're going to look for a push, even though we shouldn't move with the old IRS aligning, but sure, listen. It'll be ready in 3 minutes. While we're waiting, anti-skid, trim, don't worry about any of that. So I just want to push back, so let's see what this pushes back now. Probably not. That SATCOM looks weird. Okay, that's better. Let's go to map. Pull us back a small bit. That'll do. Bleeds off. Engine start. Let's have a listen. Sounds incredible. There we go.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thanks very much. Yeah, ailerons doesn't seem to be working. Okay, engine 1 coming up. Okay, IRSs have aligned. Let's just turn off something. Traffic global. Can we just turn it off from in here? Right, traffic be gone. Where are you going, you mad divil, you? Right, want to start open the other? Let there be rain, Murphy. Let there be rain. It looks better in the rain, lads. We're talking. Weather map works. Okay, she's working. Hey, Zaiti, many thanks for subscribing. Prime sub to a tier 1 sub. Thanks very much, man. Right, okay, so engines are now doing the thing. Gens on. APU off. Packs back on.
Hello there.
What else do you want to do? Taxi lights on. One-way turn-off lights on. Position and strobes. Wheel well, why not? We do have wipers. There we go. Right, shall we taxi and see what happens? So we get a bit of flappage here. Flap set. Parking brake is off. And let's ramble forward. Why is that pushback doing the thing? There we go. Ground handling is so different in X-Plane. Hang on a second, there's something not right here. Jesus. Hardware. Toe brakes. Yes, nose wheel. Now we're talking. Jesus. Nose wheel axes on the yaw. Park brake, remove chocks. Throttle's good. Right, okay.
Hello there.
Come on, turn, you devil. Use the tiller. Yeah, we're using the tiller. It's just taking a few minutes to kind of react, that's all. All right. Pretty good, isn't it? I think the latest update in for X-Plane, the VR is working a little bit better now. It used to be fairly crap, but now it's better. Man, look at those runway lights. Jeez, look how good that looks. That's a problem with the scenery. Those stalks shouldn't be there. That's like really strange. That's an update needed for the scenery. Yeah, them lights shouldn't be like that. Right, get ourselves lined up here. Look at the runway lights. Aren't they incredible, lads? Look at that. Okay. So check this out, right? Bring us to now stop there, Jemima. Jeez, it's like the ground handling is shagged. Toe brakes. Throttle nose lock. There's something not right here. So there's our tiller working, right? I can't seem to it's strange, I can't seem to hold the toe brakes. But anyway, look at this. Look at the visual effects at the back, right? You ready? Isn't that cool? Right, let's see what happens. It'll probably start screaming, but sure, listen. It'll be grand. Power coming in. Toga.
knots.
V1.
Positive rate. $400. $1,000.
Right? Check this out. It's done very well, lads. Like, it's just done very, very well indeed. Do you know? Make it daytime. So this is X-Plane 12, and this is a freeware Zebo. I need to update it. That's what's wrong. It's not playing nice, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea. It's still a very worthy simulator. So yeah, the A330 is excellent. The Zebo, Boeing 737, it's excellent, and there's a lot of good stuff on the way for X-Plane coming up with the next beta, right? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not using live weather, don't worry. If we were to go to live weather, custom, download real world weather, inject this into the sim. It's raining. Jeez, what are we climbing here? Going up on 10,000 feet? We'll eventually break through these clouds. Get the wiper off. Bursting through the clouds. On standard. But yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? The Phoenix, or not the Phoenix, the Flight Factor 777 version 2 looks very good. It really does. It looks incredible. It's done very well. But anyway, that'd be the scale of it tonight. So guys, I want to thank you all so very much indeed for tuning in, and I hope you found this informative tonight. We covered a lot of news. A massive shout out to Robbie from 613 Studio, who sponsored a giveaway. We also checked out the awesome upcoming Deejing, the Vans RV4. We checked out the TDS GTN XI 750, which looks a lot of fun and very, very good. And of course, then we dove into X-Plane just to kind of, you know what I mean? just to kind of show it off. Eagle Airways won the giveaway. Eagle Airways won the giveaway. So there's interesting things happening in the world of X-Plane, and the next update is adding some new features and visual enhancements as well. So look, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, X-Plane, but just be aware there is a very, very good. It's still there. Like, the simulator is still there, and I think you can agree, lads. Looking at that image there, I mean, that looks absolutely brilliant, doesn't it? Look at that. The plane is too clean for Ryanair. Oh. But anyway, guys, thank you so much indeed for tuning in, and well, we'll see you on Friday. We have a group flight organised for Friday, and until then, have a great rest of your week, and we will see you very, very soon. Take care.
I didn't push you.
Get out of the way, Vils, will you? Blocking up the... whole show.